What's up, Lakers fans?
What up, Laker fam?
Laker fans!
Let's go, Lakers!
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
We ballin'. But it's purple, hard as well, baby. Ain't nobody in the world that can stop us. LA, I got us. Who with me? Let's roll.
Oh yeah, you already know.
You know what they yell when they see me?
Hurling go, hurling go!
Some Diamonds on my way to the
Slam dunk!
gonna hate her like who
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, champions of the spot. Watch how they watch us. Meet me at the top.
LA, baby.
Nah, we ain't gon' stop. LA be like, they got fans like, LA be like. We ballin'. Ain't nobody in the world that can stop us. We ballin'.
It's all purple and gold, baby. It's all purple and gold.
What it do? Lakers crew. Welcome back to the Lakers Over Everything YouTube channel. I'm so glad to see all of you here tonight on this Tuesday night. Hey, welcome back. If this is your first time joining us, then we want to welcome you. Welcome to the Lakers Over Everything YouTube channel. It's purple and gold till we die. Purple and gold, we ride. Our hearts bleed purple. Our heart pumps gold. It beats gold, baby. It's Lakers over everything. Lakers the only thing that matters over here, baby. It's Lakers all day, every day. Lakers over everything. So welcome. How are my OGs? Welcome back to the stream. We're back with another edition of Lakers Chat Live, baby. Lakers Chat Live. The Lakers are off tonight, but we are on, baby. Yes. It's the off night tonight for our 17-time NBA World Champions after coming fresh off a victory last night against Melo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets. They came to Staples, and it was their second night of a back-to-back after playing the Clippers. They played the big brothers last night, and we had to send them back. We had to send them packing to Charlotte or wherever they're headed to. With the L, baby. So the Lakers came out victorious, and so they're off tonight. We're back in action tomorrow night against Miami Heat, which we're going to talk about a little bit later towards the end of the show. But again, the Lakers are off tonight, so what a perfect opportunity to bring you another Lakers Chat Live. All right, so all you guys tuning in, much love to all of you. Everyone catching this on the replay, much love to all of you as well. We appreciate you so much. Shout out to all our replay watchers. Thank you. If you are watching a replay, get down in that comment section. Talk to us. Let us know how you're feeling about the team. Let us know how you're feeling about last night's victory against the Charlotte Hornets. Let us know what's on your mind, baby. This is our channel. It's our channel. We're all Laker fans. We all bleed purple and gold, baby. We all have frustrations. We all take pleasure, in the joy of winning. We love our Lakers. So come on, talk to us. Leave us a like on this video. And our channel is growing. We're pushing towards 800 family members, 800 Lakers brothers and sisters, 800 subscribers. So thank you to all of you out there who's been joining us, who's been who subscribed to us, who's a part of our family. And tell somebody else. I know you got some Laker fans out there that aren't here, because Laker fans, we are worldwide, baby. it don't get no bigger than us. So Lakers Nation, you know, we're the best, baby. We're number one. So tell another Lakers fan, tell a Lakers fan to tell another Lakers fan to tell another Lakers fan to tell another Lakers fan to get over here and join the party. The Lakers over everything party. All right. So yes. That's enough of all the introductions. Come on, get comfortable. You know, again, if you're watching this replay, sit down, get comfortable. We're gonna chop things. We're gonna chop it up for a little bit. We're gonna go about an hour tonight, and you know, we're gonna have a good time. All right. So come on and join us. If you want to join the stream, you know, it's there for you. You know, whenever we go live, you can come on, go live with us. You can show your face, or, you know, you don't have to show your face. You can keep your camera off and just keep your mic on. It don't matter. It don't matter whatever you guys want to do. We would love to have you share the screen with us and talk Lakers basketball. Again, it's not just our channel. This is our channel. You know, it's not just the ones on the screens channel. It's our channel, baby. So come on and join the party. So yes. Again, the Lakers coming fresh off a victory. You know, we had a tough weekend, Lakers Nation. We had a tough weekend. We took an L to OKC, Oklahoma City, another L, another embarrassing L. We blew another lead, you know, just when you thought it couldn't get no worse, you know, than 2 weeks ago when we were at OKC. We had a 26-point lead. We got embarrassed. We lost that lead and we lost the game, gave OKC their first win of the young season. So then OKC comes rolling in on Thursday, you know, last Thursday. They come to Staples, and we think we about to get some get back. You know, we were riding a nice little 3-game win streak, coming off some impressive wins. And OKC comes in. We have a 19-point lead. I just told you we blew a 26-point lead the week before. OKC comes in the Staples, and we blow a 19-point lead. Come on. Absolutely embarrassing on the home floor at Staples Center. We lose. And then we go up to Portland on Saturday, and we get our butts kicked on Saturday. You know, we go up there, Dame Lillard, everyone else, CJ McCollum, all them cats. They absolutely kick our butt. They were up by 32 points. So tough weekend. You know, we had to ride that out Sunday and all that stuff. Now, Saturday, I didn't catch the game Saturday. I was out of town doing some other work, other obligations, YouTube obligations. So I missed that game, but I did. Of course, I caught the highlights, watched the box score, all that stuff. Just embarrassing. No energy, no effort. Of course, that game, AD only played 7 minutes in that game. Now, the game against OKC, AD did, you know, damage his finger, and it looked like, you know, he was going to miss. But he sucked it up and he played, you know, came out 7 minutes, ended up getting sick, and, you know, he was out. So it was pretty much Russ and everyone else in that Portland game, but we got demolished. I don't even want to talk about it too much. So fast forward to Monday, back at Staples, the schedules, you know, get a little rougher. You know, Portland playoff team. You know, for the past few years, they're always in the mix. They got one of the best to do it in Dame Lillard. There, one of the best guards in the league, best players in the league, in Damian Lillard. And then Monday last night. Charlotte, who was off to a hot start, they're kind of settling down a little bit, and, you know, being Charlotte, but they have a nice young team nevertheless, rising star, you know, the future, future of the NBA, and LaMelo Ball, you know, the youngest brother of Lonzo Ball, LaMelo Ball. So he came, you know, it's his homecoming, you know, the reigning rookie of the year. He's coming to LA where he's from. And, you know, so, you know, he was going to come in on fire. Charlotte, the rest of the team, a young team, up and coming young team, which we've been seeing a lot of lately, you know, in OKC and Cleveland and all that stuff. So it was going to be a dogfight. They weren't going to come and lay down. LaMelo Ball ain't going to lay down for anyone. And they came and they gave us their best shot. Took us to overtime. We had a 14-point lead. Again, you know, the Lakers just can't cruise. They can't just put it on cruise control and cruise on through. You know, they got to make it drama. You know, I know we're in LA. I know we're in Hollywood. The stars are there sitting courtside and all that good stuff. You know, so they got to keep our hearts beating and keep us sweating, keep us on the edge of our seats. And that's exactly what they did. Blew a 14-point lead took the game to overtime, and but we took care of business, I guess, in overtime. Main thing that matters, we got the victory, baby. We got the victory, the 126-123 victory. To hand Charlotte their 5th straight loss, and improve our record, get off that. We're on that 2-game losing streak, the OKC and Portland over the weekend. We improve our record to 6-5. So it was good to get back, not only back on the winning side of things, but also back on the other side of 500. That loss to Portland, those 2 losses to OKC and Portland, that put us at 500. It was nice to get a win. It wasn't pretty, right? It was ugly at times. It was tough at times, overtime, but nevertheless, we got the victory, and so I'm excited about that. Very, very excited about that. Let's see if we can get another streak going. We're going to talk about Miami a little later, but the Lakers are back in action tomorrow night against the Miami Heat, the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference. Like I said, we're going to talk about them a little bit later. But Lakers got that victory, 126-123 overtime victory. Let's get into the box scores for you. It was a fun game, exciting game. As expected, it was back, at Staples after coming off that loss to Portland. So it was good to get back to Staples Center on a Monday night. Very, very fun. Again, I didn't go to the game. I was getting back from out of town, traveling from out of town. I had other obligations, but we got the W. We got the W. So that's all that matters. Let's get into the box score. Anthony Davis had himself a game, a dominant performance. He played 44 minutes, 32 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 5 blocks. So AD was AD. We got the AD that we all wanted to see last night. All night long, 44 minutes straight. It's crazy because he did have a stretch where, at the end of the 3rd quarter going into the 4th, where he went into the tunnel and he actually threw up. AD was sick. Again, he only played 7 minutes on Saturday against Portland because he was dealing with a stomach illness, and that thing carried over into last night. He still played. He was game time decision on last night's game with that illness. Then his thumb injury. His comments post game, he said he could play through the injury, that he was playing through the thumb without, no doubt about that. But it was that sickness was getting to him. He fought through it. So big shout out to AD. Back in the day, his Pelican days, he would set that out. He used to miss a lot of games like that. But big shout out. He fought through it. He's been fighting through it all year. He hasn't missed the game all year. Again, on Saturday, he did miss the majority of the game, but he did suit up. But he had that stomach injury. It is what it is. So big shout out, and he came back and he performed. 32 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 5 blocks. So he was AD on both sides of the ball, baby. He was dominating on both sides of the ball. Played an excellent game. He did take the last shot towards the end of regulation, 3-pointer, and he airballed it. So that was that no, that was pretty bad. But we went on to overtime to get the victory. Kent Bazemore, 14 minutes, 2 rebounds. That was his stat line. He played absolutely horrible. Didn't make a bucket, missed layups. We'll talk about him a little bit more later. But 14 minutes, you see he only played 14 minutes because his behind was on the bench because he had a horrible game. Horrible defense. It is what it is. DeAndre Jordan, he got the start last night. Again, with LeBron James still being out, so DeAndre Jordan got the start. He played 11 minutes, 10 points, 8 rebounds, and only 11 minutes. So DJ had himself a little game last night. Wound back the clock a little bit, of course, in limited minutes. But he came out, first play of the game was a lob from Russ to DJ. He turned back the clock, got up there. He had that spring. He's good for that for the first couple minutes of the game. He has that little spring. We all know he lost a step, but lost a few steps, but it is what it is. He contributed, while he was out there. So shout out to DJ. Russell Westbrook, let's talk about him. 41 minutes. He recorded his second triple-double. Another triple-double, second in Lakers uniform. 17 points, 12 rebounds, 14 assists, and 3 steals. So Russell Westbrook had himself a game, but Russell Westbrook also had 7 turnovers. So he almost had another quadruple double. We know he had his that quadruple double a couple weeks ago in OKC, but 7 turnovers. We'll talk about him a little bit more a little bit later, but he did have a triple double. And Avery Bradley, 24 minutes, 8 points, 1 rebound. So those are your starters. And then off the bench, Carmelo Anthony. He'll be the topic of conversation tonight. We're going to talk a lot about Melo, home court Melo. Yes, Melo is a different beast in Staples Center. Boy. So we're going to talk about him. But Melo balled last night, 37 minutes, 29 points, 9 of 13 from the field, and 7 of 10 from 3. The man shot 70% from the three-point land last night. 70%. And it wasn't a small sample size. It was 10 shots. He threw up 10 threes and knocked down 7 of them. So big shout out to Carmelo Anthony. He definitely contributed to that win last night. A few of these wins, it's been because of Melo. And last night was definitely no different. More off the bench. How about AR-15? The young rookie, Austin Reaves, 27 minutes. Austin Reaves putting in big minutes, earning big trust from Vogel, the coaching staff, his teammates. We're going to talk a little bit about that a little bit later. But 27 minutes, 8 points. Not a huge stat line, but, he did have a plus in that plus-minus category. And, he doesn't make any bad make any losing plays. Again, we'll talk about Austin Reaves, AR-15 in a little bit. Let's keep it moving. Wayne Ellington contributed 24 minutes. He made his Lakers debut, came back Thursday against OKC, played Saturday. He played tonight, contributed 24 minutes. 8 points, put up 8 points. So big shout out to Wayne Ellington. Let's get him more comfortable and get him more, in that line a little bit more. Giving him some big minutes while we know we got guys out. Malik Monk came up big, 17 minutes, 10 points. We know Monk was in a nice little slump, a nice little scoring slump, but he did score 10 points, including a buzzer beater, at halftime, just before the half. A buzzer beater from half court. Man. What a play. Melo threw it off of one of the Hornets' foot. It looked like it was a lost play. It ended up, bouncing to Monk, and Monk threw it up, and Monk was money, baby. The microwave was on, for that particular play. Buzzer beater at halftime. And then Dwight Howard, 15 minutes, 4 points, 9 rebounds. So big game from him. And then also Rajon Rondo, big game from Rajon Rondo. He only played 12 minutes, but in those 12 minutes he put up some big numbers, 8 assists, and really he was a plus 20, plus 20 in the plus minus, and he really turned things around for us. When in that third quarter, second half, when Charlotte kind of was taking over, it looked like Charlotte was going to get the victory. Rondo came in and took complete control of that game, ran the offense, assist after assist after assist, 8 of them, again, in only 12 minutes. So really balled out. And then, he was ejected from the game, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But so that's your stat line. Let's talk about Charlotte for a little while. Just highlight their key players, give you the stat line on them. Terry Rozier, 40 minutes, 29 points. So he absolutely balled. Let's talk about Bridges, 19 points, 8 rebounds. So he contributed. And let's talk about the star, Charlotte star, LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball came up big, 42 minutes, 25 points, 15 rebounds, 11 assists. So yes, he dropped a big triple-double, in his homecoming, coming back home to L.A., born and raised in L.A., Southern California. So big shout out to LaMelo Ball. Definitely, the league is in good hands with him. I love watching him. I love the way he plays. I love Lonzo, former Laker, but I love LaMelo Ball even more. His passes in transition might be some of the best in the league. Very exciting, very fast, very explosive. And he joined Russ. Him and Russ both had triple doubles. So shout out to Melo Ball. I definitely keep an eye on him all year long. But again, Charlotte, they started out hot. Now they're on a 5-game losing streak. So I guess time will tell, if they actually improved or if they'll fall back down to to where Charlotte's been, for a very long time. But nevertheless, a very exciting team, young team. They gave the Lakers a run for their money overtime, and the Lakers came out victorious. So yes. Again, it wasn't pretty, but we got the victory. We improved to 6-5. After two embarrassing losses to OKC, Portland, we got the win. That's what matters. We got back into the winning column, and we got back on the other side of 500. So very, very important because we have a tough stretch of games coming up. Over these next couple of weeks, especially on the road, in particular on the road, East Coast, and all that good stuff. So, shout out to the Lakers that got that victory, got that W over Charlotte. So big game. Let's get right into the awards. How about our 360 MVP? Man, Melo. You could throw Melo in there. We might have to rename that award 360 because Melo is a star. He's proven to be a star. But nevertheless, it goes to AD tonight. AD, as we talked about him as I gave you the box scores. AD came up big, y'all. AD, Anthony Davis on both sides of the floor. He played with that sickness. He was a game time decision. He fought through it. He played and put up a heck of a stat line. Played 44 minutes, 32 points, 12 rebounds, 5 blocks, 3 steals. So on both sides of the ball, he had a huge steal on the very last possession of the game in overtime. He had a huge steal block, LaMelo Ball. And then play some big defense. So he was on both sides of the ball, 5 blocks. You can't take that lightly. So big shout out to him. 360 MVP Anthony Davis. With that stat line, how can he not be that guy? And he's actually been stepping up while LeBron's been gone. Again, Saturday we took that loss, but he only played 7 minutes in that game. The OKC game, he actually had a nice solid game. Even albeit in a loss. And then the game before that. So since LeBron's been out, AD actually has been LeBron. That was the first game LeBron missed last Thursday against OKC. But he's been balling. He's been balling. So let's see while LeBron's out, if he can continue to gain that momentum and lead this team and lead us to a place. So let's see if these games can spark him offensively, spark him defensively to be that two-way monster that we need him to be, on this championship run. If we want to be champions, AD has to be AD. And with performances like last night, very, very impressive. Let's see if we can continue that and play like that every single night. All right, next man up. How about the next man up award? Of course, Carmelo Anthony. We sort of have to name that award after him. Next man up award is for that next guy off the bench, pretty much, or that next, not necessarily off the bench, but that next guy that's not a part of the big three, and who stepped up, who contributed big time, showed up, and of course it was Melo. Homecourt Melo. At Staples Center, that man is off the charts. Staples Center loves him. Every time he checks in, every time he touches the ball, every time he throws up a shot, the crowd goes crazy. When he makes it, it's an earthquake at Staples Center. So shout out to Carmelo Anthony, next man up award, with his 29 points, 37 minutes, right? Year 19, 37 years old, the second oldest player in the NBA, the oldest player on this team. And he's putting in 37 minutes, so turning back the clock. And it was a productive 37 minutes. Again, 29 points, 9 of 13 from the field, 7 of 10 from 3, 70% from 3, and not a small clip. We're talking about 10 shots that he put up, and he made 7 of them, 10 threes that he put up, and he made 7 of them. So big shout out to Carmelo Anthony, the next man up. And at the rate he's going, if this continues, 6th man of the year, man. We're going to talk about him a little bit later, but big shout out to Carmelo Anthony, next man up award. Let's talk about that shaking my head moment. That's something new that we we added to the show. That shaking my head moment is just a moment that makes you just shake your head and be like, what is that? What is going on? I had a couple of those tonight. Let's start with the obvious. Russell Westbrook in the fourth quarter. Again, Russell Westbrook played through 3 quarters. He actually played a really, really solid game. He only had 2 turnovers through 3 quarters, but then we get to that fourth quarter, he had 5 turnovers in the fourth quarter. Absolutely shaking my head moments. 5 of them, some bad turnovers too, ill-advised turnovers, unforced turnovers, just really, really bad turnovers. And again, we've seen it. We go back to last Thursday, when the game was tight. He kind of cost us the game with some turnovers, threw the ball up in the third row. And he had some more of those moments last night in the fourth quarter. So just really, really bad timing with his turnovers. So yeah, he gets a few of the shaking my head moments of the night, for last night's game. Just, man, bro, what are you doing? Slow it down. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Another one, though, how about Kent Bazemore? Definitely shaking my head, player of the night. Not just a moment, but shaking my head, player of the night. Just absolutely horrible. 14 minutes, 0 points, missed layups. I don't know what's up with Bazemore and this missed layups. He's been missing a lot of layups. He just forgot how to lay the ball up. I don't know what he's doing, but absolutely horrible last night. He was bad on defense. You see him play 14 minutes. His behind was on the bench. Vogel put his behind on the bench. Austin Reaves, young gun, Ricky, get in there, man. Bay, sit down. So he was absolute shaking my head, player of the night. Just absolutely horrible. I guess we'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. 2 more moments. How about Rajon Rondo? Again, Rajon Rondo came in and sort of took control of the game. Really changed things up for us. When Charlotte started to run away, or it looks like they were going to run away with things with their youth and all that good stuff, Rondo came in that third quarter and really changed things up. He only played 12 minutes, but had 8 assists and had a plus 20. So big shout out to Rajon Rondo. But the shaking my head moment, it wasn't a bad thing on his part. Well, I guess the play was, but more so towards the referees. With about the 2 minutes within 2 minutes into the fourth quarter, when Rondo was out there, and it was a close ball game. Rondo, the momentum had changed. We built up a nice lead because of Rondo's play. Got to give credit where credit is due. It was because of him, and the things he was doing out there. 2 minutes in the fourth quarter, he had a flagrant. He had a bad foul where he hit I believe it was I forget who it was, but let me see. I believe it was Bridges. Bridges went up for a layup on a fast break, and Rondo came and hit him upside his head, and definitely a foul. I thought it would be a flagrant one, definitely, because they've been really tight calling those. If you hit the guy in the head, pretty much a flagrant one, and I thought it was going to be a flagrant one, but they go review it. They give Rondo a flagrant 2, and flagrant 2, you're tossed. You're out of the game. So that was just a shaking my head moment, shaking my head play on Rondo, but even more so shaking my head moment on the refs, for giving him flagrant 2 and tossing him, especially, the way he was playing. Just absolutely horrible call, in my opinion. I didn't think it warranted a flagrant 2. Flagrant 1 for sure. I thought definitely it was a flagrant 1, but it is what it is. Flagrant 2. Rondo gets ejected, and in comes Russell Westbrook, for Rondo, and our lead evaporated. Our 14-point lead that we had evaporated, and Charlotte came back, and the game goes to overtime. So we lost the fourth quarter, big time, because of that moment. Another shaking my head moment down the stretch. LaMelo Ball gets he gets a foul. He gets fouled, goes to the free throw line. 2 shots, 2 free throws become 5 free throws in a row, you guys. Absolute shake my head moment. The referees, but also on the Lakers. So basically, he got fouled. He goes to the free throw line. He gets the 2 shots, but then the Lakers get called for a delay of game. I don't even recall how it happened. I think it was something with Vogel. I don't know. Delay of game. So that was a technical foul. That led to another free throw. That's 3 free throws in a row. Then I think Carmelo Anthony got called for a technical foul. So 3 free throws become 4 free throws. And then right after Carmelo Anthony gets called for a technical foul, Russell Westbrook gets into it with the referee, and he gets a technical foul. So 2 free throws on a foul becomes 5 free throws in a row. And the game was not decided. If these shots all didn't take place, then I think the game would have been decided. But because they got these 5 free throws, LaMelo knocks them all of them in. He gets the lead down to I think like a 4-point game, and just absolutely unnecessary. The 2 technical fouls on Melo and Russ, just bad. Although Russ did say what he kind of explained it in his presser. He said that the ref kind of yelled at him. And he said, all he said was, hey, man, don't yell at me. I'm not your kid, man. I'm not your kid. I got kids of my own. I'm not your child. I'm not your daughter. I'm not your kid. I'm not your son. Don't yell at me. And then the ref teed him up. So I don't know. He said the ref was pretty mad. Russ, Russ, he's on the bad end of the stick with these calls. The foul calls. He doesn't get a lot of foul calls at all. To be the superstar that he is, and he gets a lot of technical fouls, and the refs don't like him. It just is what it is. I don't know how else to say that, but I can say it because I'm not gonna get fined. But yeah, so that was just a bad sequence. 2 free throws became 5 free throws, 5 in a row. I've never seen anything like that. The foul call, then delay a game, then a tech on Melo, a tech on Russ, and LiAngelo Ball shoots 5 free throws in a row. Absolutely crazy sequence of events there. So yeah, that was my other shaking my head moment of the night. So we had a few of them. Just absolutely crazy. And let's speak of that really fast. That brings me to another point. So we all know this is a veteran team that we have, correct? We're not a young squad, we're a veteran squad. And that's supposed to be the difference, with us and everyone else. That's supposed to be what sets us apart. A lot of the naysayers, the haters, the media, they called us old. That was the whole narrative coming into the season. Oh, the Lakers went out and got all these old players. Whatever, but veteran players. That's what I like to call them, veteran players. But we make a lot of very bonehead plays, man, to be such a veteran team. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And it showed last night, even down in the stretch. With the tech that Melo got, and then the tech that Russ got, down in the stretch that led to those 5 free throws. Why are we getting techs down the stretch? Like, come on, you guys been in the league too long. Melo's in the league 19 years. The stuff that we shouldn't be getting. And it's not the young guys. It's not Austin Reaves. It's not Malik Monk. It's not those young guys. It's these veteran guys. This is a lot of complaining. When we don't get a foul, and then we kind of cry and whine, and we don't get back on defense, and it leads to an easy bucket and transition. It's just a lot of that. It's a lot of nagging to the referees, and it's kind of annoying to watch. It's very, very annoying to watch. I don't like it at all. There's been plenty of plays, even with LeBron James, King James, Goat James, whatever you want to call him. LeBron James, it's been plays he's complaining. He doesn't even get back on defense. He says, forget it. He stays down there just complaining, and then it's 5-on-4. It's absolutely, it's annoying. And I understand we're only 11 games in. Okay, you can use that excuse for a lot of other things. But these things I'm mentioning right now, they should, it's no excuse for it. Not getting back on defense because we're back complaining on a foul call. We're nagging. We're getting technical fouls because we're screaming at the ref and mouthing off to the ref, when the game is in the balance down the stretch. David Miles, brother, how you doing? Glad to see you. Appreciate that comment. Let's get you on the screen here. David Miles says, keep up the good work. I appreciate you, my brother. So glad to see you here in the stream tonight. Shout out to you. But yeah, we're talking about all this I'm going on a little rant right now about we're supposed to be a veteran team, and these things that we're doing are very unvet like. And not just that, but how about you go back, rewind it to Portland, not having energy. Dwight said it. There was no energy, no effort. Those are things that should not be on a veteran team. And we want to blame Vogel. I know things like that, energy and effort, you look at the coaching staff and be like, what's going on? But when you have all these vets on the team, how much coaching, how much can you tell them to have energy and to give forth the effort? That should just be automatic with such a veteran team. Russell Westbrook, we all know. Uh, Russell Westbrook, we all know what he does, what he brings. The energy 24/7. But even him at times. So we gotta correct this, man. And again, I know we're only 11 games in, but these are issues that we should not have. 11 games in, 2 games in, 35 games in, definitely 82 games in. It's stuff that should not be. It should not be. It should not be. I understand this team is built, for playoff run. This is a championship team. That's where we'll make our statement and all that good stuff. But we can't have this. We got to fix this. Somebody in the locker room needs to fix it. I'm glad Dwight said it. After getting embarrassed by Portland, the energy wasn't there, the effort wasn't there. So I'm glad he came out and said it, and I hope the locker room heard it. But yeah, it's embarrassing. That's not the Lakers standard. That's not Lakers basketball. So we got to get that corrected. We got to get that corrected like now. We can't have that. I'm not even so much, even if it's in a losing effort, still have energy, still put forth the effort. And then another thing, we're such a veteran team, but we're giving up these big leads. The embarrassing, lead that we gave up against OKC, both games, 26 on the road and then 19 at home, and we lost both of those games, right? Come on, veteran team, we can't do that. We can't give that up. We can't give up those leads. And again, I understand only 11 games in. Again, I understand we have guys injured. Big guys, big key guys who are supposed to be key contributors. They're out, they're injured, but it doesn't matter, man. We accumulate, we build up a lead like that. We got to seal the deal. The game shouldn't be come down to the clutch, come down to the last second, come down to overtime and all that stuff. We can't give up 26 and 19-point leads and lose games. And of course, those are the two I'm highlighting because those are 2 horrible losses, of the year. And then the Portland, being down 32 points, a veteran team, we can't do that either. But I know that game we were very underhanded. AD only played 7 minutes. But this stuff we got to get a hold on that stuff. We got to get this stuff corrected for us to be the championship team that we want to be. And I believe we will. But I'm just ranting for us to be such a veteran team. Those are some things I'm not liking seeing. All right, enough of that. Again, welcome to the Lakers Chat Live on a Tuesday night. I'm riding solo tonight, but wanted to get on here and talk to you guys. It's been a little while. I haven't seen you guys since the OKC pregame show. When I was at Staples Center, I was at the game. My apologies for that. I was out of town this weekend. I had some obligations over my, other YouTube obligations over on my other channel, my main channel, and I had to go out of town for that. But yeah, here we are. Lakers coming off a victory. Another thriller, another dramatic game. The Lakers can't just go out there and just handle business. It got to be dramatic. It got to be Hollywood. It got to be a Hollywood ending, right? It got to keep us sweating, keep us cursing at it and throwing things at the TV and punching holes in the walls and everything else, right? Being frustrated. It's just, oh man, they're adding gray hairs to me every single game. Night in and night out, I'm getting more gray hairs because of these Lakers. We can't never just go out and just ball and make it easy. It got to be a close one. So last night was no different. Young Charlotte Hornets were in town, and overtime. We go to overtime. We blow a 14-point lead. We go to overtime, and but we walked out with the victory. All right, I was there last Thursday. We lost I left Staples Center very, very upset. Ask Lakers Bryce. He's not here with me tonight, but ask him. I was very, very upset. And so we got the victory. So shout out to that. And yeah, we improve our record on the, we get back to the other side of 500, improve our record to 6-5. Very much, I would say a must needed win because we have a tough schedule coming up, you guys. We have a tough schedule coming up. We got some games. We'll dive into that a little bit later, but Miami tomorrow night, and we go on the road. David Miles says, "How do you feel about Vogel's rotations?" So I'm gonna start with the starting lineup. I don't like the starting lineup at all. I don't like DeAndre Jordan in the starting lineup at all. But I will say this about Vogel's rotation: he is kind of limited, with these injuries. This AD, I believe AD was going to start at the 5 this year, but with the Ariza out and all that stuff, we don't have the size that we need. At the wing, and then the depth at the wing, a lot of depth that we thought we would have in THT and Nunn. And although those guys have been out, obviously Ariza's been out. I think Vogel kind of reverted back to what he knew, what he knows is play, start a traditional center and move AD to the 4, start another, play 2 bigs because of all the injuries. So, but just starting with the starting lineup, I hate it. Absolutely hate DeAndre Jordan being out there. Although when he's out there, the small spurts, the minutes that he's out there, he's playing well. Offensively, he's catching lobs, doing what he's asked to do. But defensively, I think we take a fall, and then it kind of there's no spacing on the floor. With Russ and DJ out there together. I prefer to start AD at the 5 and get another wing out there. However, we're kind of short, so let's start with the starting line. And then the rest of the rotations, it's tough, man. It's tough because he's trying to. You got to play Russell. You got to play Russell Westbrook, right? Sorry, did I call that man Russell Westbrook? Russell Westbrook, not Russell Westbrook. My bad, y'all. My bad. You got to play Russ out there. So you're trying to balance that out. You're trying to get him comfortable. So it's tough, man. You have all these guys in and out of the lineup. LeBron James in, LeBron James out. And then it's just a lot of injuries. So I'm not gonna get on Vogel too much yet. I'm gonna wait and see. When he has everyone full strength. And we'll go from there. He didn't play. What I haven't been liking the rotation in the rotation when he plays Russ and Rondo together, just absolutely horrible. He didn't do that last night, so I'm glad he did that. And then he also made some adjustments last night that was good to see. When Charlotte. Sorry, I forgot their name. Charlotte was. They went small. They were running and gunning, and he put his bigs down and just played AD and put shooters on the floor. So he made that adjustment last night. So that was good to see. And I think over time, we'll start to see a little bit more before we can fully evaluate him and fully judge him with the rotations. I just think we got to get some guys back. We got to get healthy, get full strength. So then all eyes will definitely be on Vogel. When that comes, and we'll see how he responds to that. David, how you feel about the rotations? Obviously, you asked that question, so I'm assuming you're not a big fan of it. But again, I was just warned that to say, let's wait and see when we're fully healthy. I like him playing Austin Reaves. Even Austin Reaves, young, he's a rookie, undrafted. But he's getting big minutes. Played 27 minutes last night. He's there in the fourth quarter. He's there down the stretch. So Vogel's trusting him. The coaching staff trusting him. His teammates are trusting him. So I'm that's one of the things lineups I'm glad to see. David says can't wait to have THT and Nunn back. Yes. Once we get those guys back, then we could really see the lineups. Those are going to be 2 key guys. Those are going to be they were 2 key additions. Well, obviously THT was an addition, but we re-signed him, we paid him. So we expect big minutes out of him, and we expected him to have a big role, a huge role. He was supposed to be that guy, to kind of, I guess, replace KCP and replace AC Alex Caruso. Who we lost. We lost both of those guys. Obviously, AC, we lost him kind of like a cap casualty, right? We lost him to the Bulls. And then KCP, he was a part of the deal for Russ. We sent him to Washington, in that package. So we kind of expect THC to come in and fill that role defensively. And not only that, but also provide offensively. So, THC was going to be big, earn big minutes, around 30 minutes a night and be a key contributor. And we haven't seen it yet. So although some of us may have our doubts, I know Lakers Bryce, he has his doubts on THT. But we haven't seen him yet. We haven't seen what he's going to be this year. So I would say, hold on, let's wait before we judge him. Yeah, I want to get him back. That's tough, man. He hasn't played yet. But we do have some good news on THT. Today he actually was cleared for contact, to have contact in practice. So he's bumping things up. All the games I've been to this year, I'm seeing him earlier, pregame, working out with Phil Handy, working with one hand. Out there, doing some drills and shooting drills and all that stuff. But now he's been cleared for contact. So the next steps from there would be, clear from contact, and then he would cleared for contact, and then the next step from there would be to kind of do some 1v1 and some 3-on-3 and then 5-on-5, full court. So let's see if we could get him back, hopefully within the next week or so. We'll get THT back. Nunn, I think last I heard Vogel addressed Nunn, and it didn't sound like he was too close to getting back, but they said he would be evaluated at the start of the season, 2 to 3 weeks, reevaluated. And I guess we'll wait to see on that. So big, good news from THT, but Nunn, not so much. I don't know. We'll wait. Let's stay tuned these next few days, and let's hear what they say about Kendrick Nunn. But yeah, David, I said all that to say I totally agree with you. THT and Nunn being back. As a matter of fact, let's talk about that for a second. Again, if you're catching us live, we appreciate you guys. If you're catching us on the replay, I also appreciate you. Thank you for watching us. Leave a like if you're in the live stream, or if you're watching the replay. Go ahead and do that for us. Lakers are off tonight, but we are on, bringing you a Lakers chat live. Let's talk about that really fast, David. If you're still here. So when we get THT and Nunn back, who do you see being phased out? The two players that you see being phased out of the lineup, guys who's getting minutes now. Who do you see? I definitely would say DeAndre Jordan. I think he'll be phased out of the lineup completely once we get those guys back. THT and Nunn, we start getting some of these wing guys back. I think he'll be out all the way, and they'll get those minutes. And I think AD will move to the 5, and then Dwight. I think Dwight will get those minutes. So Dwight only played 15 minutes last night. Again, part of that was it being a young team who ran. So we needed some shooters out there. We need some more runners out there. So Dwight only played 15 minutes, but I think Dwight will play more minutes. I agree. DJ, you agree with me. We see eye to eye on that. DJ will definitely be phased out, and AD moves to the 5, and then Dwight will get more minutes instead of 15 minutes. I think he'll, get him, 5 more minutes tonight, 20 minutes. And I like that. Dwight on the floor with his energy, all that stuff. So, yeah, DJ definitely shouldn't be out there. Nunn will be a big hit on that second unit. I definitely agree. So that being said, so we said DJ will get phased out with Nunn and THT coming back. I think the other guy, of course, there has to be another guy. I think it'll be Rondo. I think Rondo will get phased out a bit, which he kind of knew when he returned here. We didn't, he didn't expect to get a lot of minutes, but he's having to play a lot of minutes because we have all these injuries, right? But I think DJ and Rondo, two vets, they'll get slid back to the end of the bench and kind of be coaches, right? Definitely Rondo, he'll definitely be a coach, player coach, coach on that bench. Continue to coach these young guys up like Austin Reaves. So shout out to Rondo for that. We talk about Austin Reaves. Everyone's raving over Austin Reaves, but a lot of that's because of Rondo, because he's in his ear. He's coaching them up, teaching them up. So I think Rondo will be the other guys who will be phased out because, like you just said, Nunn will be a big hit on that second unit. So Nunn's going to run that second unit. The point guard position, he'll pretty much run that second unit. So, I can't wait to see him back. I think with him, with Nunn running things and Monk, and then Melo, and then Reaves, and then Dwight. Man, I love that second unit. I'm loving that. Again, Nunn, Monk, Reaves, Melo, and Dwight. That second unit is gonna be fire, man. You're gonna have Dwight there to do all the dirty work, right? He'll be the beneficiary of a lot of lobs, right? Because they'll throw a lot of lobs to Dwight, just with all that that offense that you got on the court, that shooting with Nunn, Monk, Melo. Dwight's gonna get a lot of lobs. They're gonna run it too. That's a young fun lineup with everyone except Melo. But Melo he'll kind of settle them out, slow things down. But yeah, so again, Dwight, and then defensively, right, you have Dwight there to protect the rim, block shots, grab the board, and get things out so they can run in transition. So I'm loving that lineup. Even if I even like a lineup. Me and Lakers Bryce talked about this before the season started. A lineup of you have Russ there with those guys, and you have Melo at the 5. So you remove Dwight, and you got you talk about a running team, a running lineup. You got Russ and Nunn and Monk and Melo, man, and Reaves. Man, you're going to run. So I'm excited about that. Yeah. I can't wait to get Nunn back. THT, the other guy. He's the other guy. Although I think THT will be in the starting lineup when he's back. I think you sit Bazemore probably, or because Bazemore has the size, maybe you sit Bradley and you start THT. Eventually, I think THT will work his way into that start lineup until Ariza gets back. When Ariza's back, then I think Ariza will be in the start lineup and THT maybe comes off the bench or whatever the case may be. I don't know. It depends how Bazemore is playing. Also, plays like he did last night, 14 minutes. He didn't make a shot. He's getting blown by on the perimeter. Perimeter defense is absolutely horrible. So if you can't play perimeter defense and knock down a shot, then yeah, you're not gonna see the floor, Kent Bazemore. That's just how it is. There's no, you got small room for error. You can't. you're not doing neither of those two. Then yeah, you're not gonna play. So and that's what happened last night. 14 minutes he didn't play because he was playing horrible perimeter defense. Didn't make a shot, missing layups. So yeah, I'm very excited to get THT back soon and get him in there. And yeah, let's talk Russ a bit now. Let's talk Russell Westbrook a little bit. David Miles, Russ needs to cut down on the turnovers. It makes me want to whine like Slim from 112. Right. Okay, so let's talk about Rusty's turnovers. Okay, so again, Russ did have a triple-double last night. So it is what it is. 17 points. What do you have? 14 rebounds and 12 assists, right? So he did have his triple-double last night. But he also had 7 turnovers. He wasn't turning the ball over so much. He had cut it down to like around 4, which I'm cool with 4 because LeBron has been out, and so that meant the ball was going to be in Russ's hands a lot more. So let's talk about last night. So last night, I think Russ had a decent game, a solid game through 3 quarters. So quarters 1 through 3, he played well. Rondo fouled out. Rondo got that flagrant 2, got ejected. So then Russ had to come back in. And then when he came back in, he was just absolutely horrible, right? I don't know what it was. The fourth quarter, he was thinking too much, put too much pressure on himself. And I don't know, but he had 5 turnovers in the fourth quarter. Absolutely unacceptable. Absolutely horrible. And those 5 turnovers could have cost us that game. It could have been an L. If it wasn't for Melo, hitting those big buckets that he hit, we'd probably lose this game. And then kind of blame that on Russ. So it made the game a lot closer when it needed to be. Those 5 turnovers in the fourth. If you eliminate the 5 turnovers in the fourth, though, I think, again, he had a solid game, triple-double. He only had 2 turnovers going into the fourth quarter. And then he had the 5, ended with 7. That's just too high. Obviously, he leads the league. He leads the NBA in turnovers per game. And what I don't like is the turnovers. They're just ill-advised. They're unwarranted, unforced. It's just him trying to make plays, and he's just turning the ball over. So I don't know how we fix it. They ask him after every game how to fix it, and he gets irritated by it. His comments, his responses are kind of, kind of come off as a jerk, right? Which that's been his MO for his whole entire career. That's just his personality. He's real short, when it comes to that. But he just needs to get it corrected, right? If you don't like it, stop turning the ball over. Because some of the turnovers is just absolutely horrible. Like I said, unwarranted, unforced. It's just him turning the ball over, doing stupid things, stupid plays. So yeah, he definitely has to fix that. But David, everyone else, keep in mind, when it counts, that ball won't be in Russ's hands. Come playoff time, come down the stretch, in big games, that ball's gonna be in number six's hands, LeBron James, and he's not gonna turn the ball over. So, um, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So it's not like we live and die by Russ, which a lot of those guys on TV, they say that Skip Bayless, all those guys, he's going to be our demise. We live by him, die by him. I don't agree with that at all, because again, come clutch, come playoffs, come game sevens, come against the tough competition, the ball's going to be in LeBron's hands, and Russ isn't going to be. He's not going to have the opportunity to turn the ball over. He's going to play off ball, set screens, and slash to the basket, and do some of the other things that he does very, very well. All right, but yeah, the turnovers are definitely killing us, and bro, David, I wanna scream and cry and whine too. Absolutely crazy. Let's talk about this. This is the interesting fact that I saw, some interesting stat that I jotted down as I was preparing for tonight's show. Plus minus, we all know NBA, huge on analytics. Plus minus, it's something big in the league. Plus minus for the starters, absolutely horrible. Every starter was in the minus and the plus minus. AD -1. He had the best out of all the starters. -1. Russ -17. You got 7 turnovers. You're not playing good defense. Yeah, that's why Russ was -17. Albeit he had a triple double, all that stuff. It kind of negated things with those 7 turnovers and not playing defense. So -17. DeAndre Jordan, in his limited minutes, he only played 11 minutes. -9. Avery Bradley, -21. And of course, he had a tough assignment. LaMelo Ball and Terry Rozier. So he had a tough assignment tonight, but -21. And then Kent Bazemore, -12. We already talked about Kent Bazemore a little bit. -12. So total, all 5 of our starters, none of them was in plus. They were in the plus category. They all were negative. Of course, AD, we mentioned, only -1. He had the biggest game, and he was the closest, -1, -1. But -60 as a unit. -60. Our starters were -60 as a unit in the plus minus. Absolutely horrible. You go to the bench, they were all plus. Everyone off the bench were pluses. Melo, obviously, big, plus 13. So big shout out to Melo. Malik Monk, plus 15. Wayne Ellington, plus 21. Wayne Ellington actually played some nice defense. And gave us 24 minutes, 8 points, plus 21 though from Wayne Ellington. AR 15, Austin Reaves, plus 3. Dwight, plus 3, and then Rondo, plus 20. Rondo only played 12 minutes and he had a plus 20 plus minus. So big shout out to Rondo before he was ejected. I think also if Rondo didn't get ejected, the way he took control of the game when he came in, the way he was controlling the offense and really took control of the entire game, I think the game wouldn't have been as close as it was. So that ejection absolutely killed us. But yeah, that plus minus is crazy, man. All our starters were negative in the plus minus, and all our bench was positive in the plus minus. So crazy. Let's talk about some good stuff. Let's talk about Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony came up big last night. 37 minutes, year 19 in the league, 37 years old, the oldest player on this team, the second oldest player in the entire NBA. And he's playing 37 minutes. And it's not just 37 minutes, because we don't got nobody else to play. And there's 37 bad minutes. No, again, 37 minutes, he had a plus 13 and a plus minus. And why? Because he scored 29 points. And it's not just that. He's actually playing some decent defense, right? Some solid defense, solid defense, solid defense. Not all team defense, of course, right? But just it being Melo, he's playing some good defense. Melo isn't known to play defense. Even with Portland, he didn't play defense, and he's playing some good defense. And the thing with Vogel is you got to play defense to stay on that floor. We've seen it with Malik Monk. Malik Monk at times doesn't play defense, and he's not playing minutes. You would think Malik Monk would be getting high 20 minutes, with the injuries, with the injuries to THT, the injuries to Nunn, LeBron out. You think Monk will play some solid, big minutes, but no, he's not because it's defense. But Melo's actually playing good defense, and that's why he's on the floor so much. Now, he's been lights out, offensively at home, particularly from the three, but he's also playing some solid defense, for Melo. Much better defense than he played in Portland. I think we're getting a much better version of Melo than he played in Portland. Again, it's just crazy to think. A few years ago, Melo was out of the league. They said he was done, and he's coming back doing the things that he's doing now. Definitely early favorite for 6 months a year. Definitely. And I know it's early. I know we're only 11 games in, but is this what we expected? Now, I low key expect. Ask Lakers Bryce next time he's on here. He and I, we expected this from Melo. Now, is it 7? Making 7 out of 10 threes? I don't know, but I was very, very high on Melo. I've been one Melo for years, as a lot of us have. A lot of us Laker fans have. But when we got him on this particular team, I thought he would be absolutely lights out for us. And 6 man of the year, though, I didn't think that, but if he keeps this up, I definitely think he's up there, right? He's up there. Mr. Beast, the fourth. Welcome, my brother. What's up, man? Missed you guys on here. I just gotta say, after 19 years, I'm officially a Melo fan, baby. That's what I'm talking about. 19 years in, he's a Melo fan. You heard it here first. I said what I. Russ, on the other hand. Bro. Yes. We're gonna keep it positive. We're gonna talk about Melo. Russ, yeah. We'll talk about him in a second. We've been talking about him all night. But Melo. So 19 years, he's made a fan out of you. So that's what I'm talking about. I mean, the man is absolutely balling. Crazy what he's doing. First, shout out to you. Glad to see you again, my brother. Thank you for being here. But yeah, Melo's balling. Melo is actually at that 50, 40, 90. He's right there on the verge. He's shooting I think 53% from the field, shooting a whopping 49% from three. And then he's shooting like 89% from the free throw line. So 89% from the free throw line. So he's right there somewhere. Mid 80s, high 80s, somewhere 80s. I looked it up earlier. I didn't write it down. But yeah, he's balling, man. He's right there. 50, 40, 90. Crazy, right. I'm actually buying in defensively, right? He's playing some defense. He actually have 11 blocks on the year. 11 blocks from Melo on the year, 8 steals on the year. So very impressive defense. I remember he had the game last week, or the game against Cleveland. A couple weeks ago, last week, he had 4 blocks, which was career high, I believe, 4 blocks from Melo. So absolutely crazy. And he's fully accepted his role, that 3-point shooter role. And he accepted it in Portland, right? He accepted that role in Portland, coming off the bench, knocking down the threes, but he's taking it to an entirely new level here, shooting 49%. Now at home at Staples Center, you see the title of this video, this stream, and you see it rolling down on the ticker across the screen. Homecourt Melo. Melo at home has been absolutely lights out, 64% from three. Again, let me say that again, 64% from three, 64% from three, 64% from three at Staples Center. So he loves Staples Center. Some of his comments, his post-game comments, he said that he always seen Staples Center as a shooter's court. And boy, he's definitely living that out. I'm glad he's he's wearing the purple and gold. We absolutely love him at Staples Center. Whenever I'm there, I'm going crazy. I always lose my voice screaming for Melo, but not just me. The entire Staples Center crowd. He's a fan favorite. He actually gets outside of LeBron James. Melo gets the biggest pop, on this current Lakers team. The biggest pop. The fans absolutely love him when he checks in, not just at the start of the game, but whenever he checks in, the second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, it doesn't matter. The crowd goes crazy. Whenever he touches the ball, they don't just scream, they stand up. They want to see him shoot. They want to see that ball go through that net, hit that net. And for the most part, 64% from three. He's been doing that at Staples Center. So absolutely crazy, absolutely crazy. Ask Lakers Bryce. Again, he's not here with me tonight, but Lakers Bryce was at the game a couple weeks ago. Last week actually, against Houston. And he'll tell you, I'm not making this stuff up. When he comes into the game, the crowd goes crazy. When he touches the ball, the crowd goes even crazier. When he shoots it, they go even crazier. When he makes it, and we get that, oh man, it's an earthquake. It's an earthquake. It's an earthquake every night at Staples Center. So yeah, Mr. Beast the fourth. Big shout out to Carmelo Anthony. 29 points last night. 7 of 10 from three. So big shout out. Big shout out. Russ, yeah. Russ. Let me get into this rant about Russ. Another rant about Russ. Lakers fans. Russ is home. A lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure, man. It's a lot of pressure to put on the purple and gold in general. But to put on the purple and gold when you're from here, this is your childhood team, unlike those cats, Kawhi and Paul George. Oh, boy. I'm not even going to get into those two. But Russ is a real one. He grew up a Lakers fan. Grew up in the inner city. He's not from Palmdale. He's not from the IE like those two cats. He grew up in the inner city. Went to Lusinger High School. The Gardena area, somewhere like that, inner city. So he's a real one. He's a real LA kid, a real LA guy. And so you coming back and you putting on that purple and gold, for the team you grew up watching. That's tough, man. That's a lot of pressure. And not only that, you're coming back joining LeBron and AD, who's already done it. They've already proven that they can win a championship. They did it, right? They did it. So you don't want to be the guy to come in and mess that up. So that's a lot of pressure. And, obviously we know what Russ was in OKC. We know KD left. KD went to Golden State. KD won a championship. And it was like, oh, KD didn't want to play with Russ. No one wants to play with Russ, right? Paul George left Russ hanging to join the Clippers, left OKC, went to join the Clippers, all that good stuff. So it's a lot. Russ just does not want to be the guy to cause. Give me 1 second, guys. I see your comments, Ramon. I'll get to you in 1 second. Hang out with me 1 second. Let me just get this off my chest real fast about Russ to kind of lighten the load on Russ a bit. It's a lot of pressure, so he's coming to adjust. Now, this is a straight fact, what I'm about to say. Russ always starts out slow, man. It seems like every single year, no matter where he's been, OKC, Houston, it doesn't matter. No matter where he's been, he starts out slow. And in November, around this time of year, we always have the same conversation on TV, the TV guys, the fans, whatever. What's up with Russ, man? Russ is looking bad. Russ is looking bad. Bad. So around this time, he starts out really, really slow, especially when Russ is always on a new squad, right? He always has these new pieces, new stars and all that stuff. So he starts out real, real slow. But then come January, February, we're like, oh, okay, there's Russ. That's the Russ I'm talking about. That's that MVP Russ. He still makes the All-Star squad. He's like up there in the MVP conversation. You even go back to his MVP year. He started out slow. That year. He started out slow, picked it up the second half, and absolutely balled. So coming in, I obviously I'm excited. I'm a Lakers fan. I'm a Russell Westbrook fan. I've been a fan, for 12, 13 years. He's been in the league. Go back to his young days at OKC. I was a fan there. Obviously, I've been a fan as he's been a star, Mr. Triple Dub, all that stuff. But so coming in, him pinning on the purple and gold, of course, I was kind of in denial. I wanted to see him just start out fast, but I had to settle that, settle myself a little bit and remind myself he starts out slow. That is what it is. He starts out slow and then he picks it up. And if there's ever a time or a season or a reason for him to start out slow and for us to accept it, it's definitely this year when he's coming to this new team. He's coming back home to LA. He's putting on the purple and gold. Playing in front of his family and friends. That's tough to do, man. That's tough to do. Coming home and doing that. Not too many stars get to do it. In fact, a very select few get to go home and play for their home team. Especially when the team is the Los Angeles Lakers, the caliber team like that. The caliber of team like that. Above everyone else. So. And then he's playing with LeBron and AD. So there's a huge adjustment. All these other pieces, Melo has his role. Come off the bench, give him some instant offense, catch that, throw that three up, and do it. And he's doing it. He's thriving at that at a high clip because that's his role. He knew his role coming in. It's not an adjustment. It wasn't an adjustment. Now he had to adjust defensively because he's going to have to buy in on that end of on the court, which he's been doing. But offensively, we weren't asking him. We weren't asking him to go down there and play bully ball, like he used to do in Denver and New York. Go down there and just outmuscle everybody and be that bull down in the post, No, we're not asking him to come in and play iso ball. No, we're asking him to come in, get at that three, catch that three, throw that three up and knock it. And he's doing that. All these other guys, Nunn's not here yet, but Monk, come off the bench and provide some instant offense. Ellington, his job, be a sharpshooter, catch the three, shoot it. Kent Bazemore, you get the open threes, knock them down, play defense. Bradley, you get the open threes, knock them down, play defense. AD, of course, we all know AD and LeBron, I'm taking them out. We know what they do, but the point I'm making is everyone else had roles. They come in with roles. Russ, his role is tough, man. His role is tough. He has the biggest adjustment. And it's not even close. The biggest adjustment to anyone on any other team in the NBA, I would say, but definitely here on the Lakers. So let's give Russ some time. He does always start out slow, and then his game does improve. That's a fact. I'm not making that up. That's a fact. We could dive into it. We'll have an entirely separate video about this. We'll get that up, and I'll get you guys the stats and the facts to back up what I'm saying. But anyone who knows basketball or anyone who's been following Russell Westbrook, that's the case with him. So let's back off of Russ a little bit. Again, I'm not saying he gets a free pass because he doesn't. Some of the turnovers are absolutely horrible, so we're gonna call him out on that. And they're game changing. They cost us a game. That turnover last Thursday where he threw the ball up in the stands of the third row, that cost us the game. That contributed. That was one of the deciding factors, one of the deciding things that contribute to that loss. Okay, so just follow me a bit. Let's not kill Russ too much. 5 turnovers last night. Yeah, that was horrible, unacceptable. So yeah, we're gonna call him out for that. But let's wait and see when we get everyone back, and let's see how Russ looks. All right, let me get to your comments real fast. My bad, fellas. My bad. I was on that rant about Russ. Trying to will us back in and not give up on him too much because he's with us. He's not going nowhere. We're not trading him. Even me and Lakers Bryce, we talked a bit about it. Down the road, what if Ben Simmons for Russ? But I don't think that's going to happen because I don't think Philly wants Russ, right? Because that just, they get the same thing, the same problem that they have. He's not a shooter, and at least it's actually worse for them because at least Ben Simmons was a top level defender, first team defender. Russ isn't that, so it's kind of they're losing that trade. So I don't see them doing that. But we're not even talking about trades, but I'm just throwing it out there. He's on our team. He's not going anywhere. He's not going to be traded. He's here. So let's cheer him on and let's hope he turns this thing around. Let's hope he continues to get more comfortable and go from there. All right, that's enough of that. Let's see. Mr. Beast the fourth. Melo's percentage on the road though. It's all good. He'll get together. Right. If he's shooting the way he's shooting at home, then eventually the road is going to catch up. So I'm not sure what it is with the road. Keep in mind though, Mr. Beast, the man is year 19, 37 years old, man. That's tough to ask someone that old who with all that knowledge, to do that every night. So, let's get some of these guys back where we have to take the burden off of him a bit because we've been having to rely on him a lot. He's been these wins that we've been getting, the wins, last night. Go back to the Memphis, right? The Memphis game where he moved up to ninth on the scoring list. Go back to some of these other games, Cleveland, and a lot of these games. Without him, we probably lose those games. So we're relying a lot on him, a lot. So when we get some of these other guys back, we'll maybe it'll balance itself out a little bit, and he won't have to do so much, and his road numbers will go up. But yeah, they have been kind of abysmal on the road. But when you're shooting this good at home, you can't fault Melo at all. It is what it is. I don't think anyone expected this much from a 6th man of the year candidate. Ramon Garcia. Sure, bro. Go ahead. Ask me that question, whatever you want to ask if you're still here. My apologies. I didn't get to it right away. It took me a few minutes, but I see it. I got you up on the screen. So go ahead and ask that. Okay, there it is. There it is. Let's get it up on the screen here. Ramon Garcia says, would you like to see any of your kids in the NBA and why? Oh, brother, yeah. I'm a huge NBA fan. So I don't care what team it's on. Of course, I would love, that's a father's dream. Now I have 2 boys. They're still young, so we have time. I'm not one to pressure my kids. Say now I played sports my entire life, but if my boys don't want to play sports, it is what it is. But of course, if they want to play sports, then yes, please do so. I was more of a football guy. I played football in my entire life, college, all that stuff. So I played football, but to be honest, with the way football is, I don't want my boys playing football. But if they want to play football, then they can play football. But yeah, I would love for them to play basketball. And yeah, of course, that'd be a dream come true. Make it to the NBA. Not even so much for the fame, the money, the the fortune, not all that. It's just because I'm a huge basketball fan. I'm a huge Lakers fan. I'm a bigger Lakers fan than I am a basketball fan. Lakers Bryce is more so the basketball guy here on the channel. He played at a high level, so he knows what it is more than I do. I became a basketball fan, just because I was a Lakers fan, Kobe Bryant fan in particular. That's how I became a Lakers fan. Kobe, right? Mamba forever, baby. But yeah, I would love to see my boy again in the NBA, not for the fame, the fortune, all that stuff, or not even to be like, oh, I got a son in the NBA. No, just because I'm a fan of the game and I like watching it. So yeah, whatever team they're on, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there every single night. Every night, I'm there in the stands with their jersey on, and I'm cheering them on. So yeah, I would absolutely love to see that, and I think all of us would, right? Yeah, go ahead, ask your other question, Ramon, whatever it is. But yeah, I would love it. I would love it. Let's see. Let's get that on the screen. His other question is, what is the difference between basketball players and the NBA players? So this question here, I'm gonna pin this. I'm gonna jot this down. I'm gonna come back and rewatch this and jot this down because Lakers Bryce, he's not with us tonight. He's my other half here on the channel. He's our other co-host, all that stuff. He's out tonight resting. But this is a question you want to ask him because he played basketball. I played basketball, of course, for fun. And just me being an athlete, I stopped at the sophomore level in high school, and I focused on football. I wasn't really, really, really good at basketball. It was just, I was an athlete. So, hey, the coach, yeah, we got another athlete on the team, but I didn't play big minutes or none of that stuff. So he can answer this question because he played at a high level, very, very high level. And, go ahead. It's easy to figure out, dude. So go ahead. What's your answer to that? I can answer it, but I want to save this question for him. I want to ask him this question and let him answer it. So hopefully you'll catch us when he's on here next time, and you can re-ask this question. But if not, I'm going to put it on here, and hopefully you'll catch that replay. But go ahead. What's your answer to that? You said it's easy to figure out. So what's your answer to that question? Again, the question is, what is the difference between basketball players and the NBA players? They're rich and famous. Yeah, of course. That's the answer. But they had to be amazing basketball players, to get to that level. So to get to that rich and to those riches and fame, they had to be great basketball players. So so it's just they polished that gift and talent at the highest level. They were blessed with the size and the skill and all that stuff, and they harnessed their skill and all that good stuff. So Ramon Garcia, it is pretty obvious, right? But I want to ask, that's another question. Again, I do want to jot that down. Jot that down and ask Lakers Bryce. All right. So I appreciate that. Appreciate those comments, that question. Let's keep it going. Another stat I wanted to throw out there. So most threes made at home. Mr. Beast, if you're still with us, if you're still here with us, Mr. Beast the fourth. You mentioned Melo's numbers at home compared to his numbers of being, on the road. His home, most threes made at home. Check this stat out. Most threes made at home. Steph Curry leads the league with 42. He made 42 threes at home. Carmelo Anthony is second with 38. And then third is Buddy Hield with 26. So it's just crazy. Home court Melo. It's absolutely crazy. Melo at home. Absolutely crazy. 38 threes at home. Shooting 64%, and it's not a small clip. He's shooting high clip. Again, last night he shot 10 threes, made 7 of them. So it's not like he's shooting 1 of 2 or 2 of 4. No, he's actually chalking them up, and they're big. They're big shots, right? They're big shots. They're not just shots that don't count. These shots are determining the game, man. Melo hit a big 3. In overtime, he hit some big threes down the stretch, in the fourth, and then he hit big 3 in overtime, to kind of seal the game. So absolutely crazy, amazing and crazy, right? Let me get that up there. Mr. Beast, amazing and crazy, for him to shoot 38, make 38 threes. I think we still haven't seen the best yet. I think we're going to see a game where I believe I wish Lakers Bryce was here tonight, because he knows all the history. But it's my understanding or my belief that Kobe holds the record for most threes in the purple and gold in the game at 10, if I'm not mistaken. For a second, that was a record in the NBA, but then of course Steph and Clay and all that, they killed that. No problem, Ramon. No problem. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for your contribution to the show tonight, your questions. I appreciate you, man. Check us out at any time. If you're not a part of our family, hit that subscribe button, join our family, and turn on that notification bell so every time we go live or drop a new video, you can come in. But particularly when we go live, you can come in and come talk to us a bit and ask your questions. So I appreciate those questions, bro. Appreciate you. Have a good night, bro. And go Lakers, right? Mr. Beaks, back to what we were talking about. I think Kobe. Let me know if you know. I think Kobe holds the record for most threes in the game for the Lakers at 10. But I think Melo is going to either tie or break that record. Of course, I don't want to see none of the Mambas records broken. But I think Melo's going to do that. And if there's anyone who Kobe would love to see break that record, or anyone that I would, I'm a diehard. Kobe's my GOAT, so I'm a diehard Kobe fan. Mamba forever, baby. If there's anyone that I would like to see it'll be Melo. So you say Kobe does. I thought it might be more, but I'm not sure. I think it's Kobe. I think it's Kobe. 10. Again, I wish Lakers Bryce was here tonight, because he's on point with the stats. He's a historian of the Lakers, so he knows all that stuff. It's imprinted in his dome. But I think so. But I definitely think Melo can break that record, that purple and gold record. I think he's going to go off, especially once we get LeBron back. He's going to get even more looks, even more looks. Yeah, look it up for me, Mr. Beast. Look it up real fast if you can, and let me know on that one. But I think we're going to see even it's crazy to say, but an even better version, even bigger games from Melo once we get LeBron full into swing and we have Russ more comfortable. I think Melo's going to get even more open looks and he's going to keep knocking them down. It's not a fluke, man. It's not a fluke. Obviously, he's not going to shoot 64%. You can't keep that up. That's crazy. You can't keep that up. But yeah. Which one, Mr. Beast? Read my Russ comment from earlier. Let me scroll back up and see which one I'm talking about. But yeah, again, I think Melo's that's gonna continue all year long. And then I think in the playoffs, that's what I want to see. That's what I'm excited to see in the playoffs. Give me 1 second. Let me fix this. Hold on, guys. 1 second. My screen kind of messed up on me. Okay. Sorry, guys. My screen kind of phased out on me, so I had to fix that real fast. But read my Russ comment from earlier. That's what I was looking for, Mr. B. Sorry, I don't see it. What was your Russ question? Your Russ comment? Go ahead, drop that in there for me again, and I'll get it on the screen for us. But we're talking about Melo, the one above Ramon's first question. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me roll back up. Give me 1 second. You mean about I said what I said. Russ, on the other hand, Russ needs to cut down on the turnovers. Makes me want to whine. I know that was David's. I don't see it, bro. Tell me again what it was. Sorry, my apologies for that. Just drop it in the chat one more time what that Russ comment was, and we'll address it. Okay, here we go. We're talking about Melo. So Kobe had 12 threes in 2003 versus the Supersonics. Okay, so that's the record. It's not 10, it's 12. So obviously Mama does hold the record, and it was 12, not 10. So, but I think Melo could get there. I think he could hit 12 in the game. I think last night was the most. No, was last night the most, or did he have a game where he hit 8? I don't remember. I got to go back and look at it, man. My apologies. My mind is all over the place. These Lakers got my mind all over the place. But of course, last night he hit 7, but I think he can hit 12, especially when we're full strength. Like later on in the year, second half of the year in particular, when we have everyone back and we're gelling. The offense is gelling. The offensive systems are all in. We have everyone there. I think Melo can get to that 12. When we have LeBron in there, and Russ is playing well, when AD's playing the way he's playing, and we have the other guys off the bench. Let's see if Melo could get there. It's exciting to see, man. I get so excited when I see him, see him throw them up, and when they go in, it's very, very exciting. I think we're going to see it all year long. I think in the playoffs, we're really going to see it too. I think he's going to have those moments. Every LeBron James team, they have it. Every LeBron James team, they have those moments where guys step up and hit those big threes. Vets, in particular, Ray Allen, and so on and so forth. Here on the Lakers, guys, in 2020, guys did it. I think Melo's going to have those big moments, and I'm super excited about that. You said Kobe also had 3 games with 9 threes. Okay, right. So, yeah. So the record is 12, and I want to see that. Okay, so we got your comment back up. Let's get it on the screen. It says, I was just saying that I want Russ to hold himself accountable. He can't just come out and do the same thing he's been doing forever. He needs to be mature into the process. Right. So now I'm trying to give him time, right? I'm trying to give him time. But what you're saying right there, I totally agree. He needs to be mature in this process. So yeah, Russ has been on teams who weren't favorites to win it all, right? Weren't favorites to win anything. In particular, well, I guess you could go back to the you go way back to the OKC team. They took Golden State to 7. And then you go back to Houston. I guess with him and James Harden, they were kind of favored to do something. But he's been on, for the most part, he's been on teams where they weren't really favored. Definitely not like this, favored to win it. So, he does need to be mature in this process. Again, he's getting acclimated. He's new. What I don't like is the way he addresses the media, right? He's real short with them. You know, it I don't like that at all because you don't want them asking about your turnovers, then don't turn the ball over. It's simple as that. Don't turn the ball over. And again, a lot of these turnovers are his fault. It's not anyone else's fault but his. So yeah, we're gonna hold him accountable for that. But at the same time, let's cut him a little slack because he's new. He has the biggest adjustment to make. But yeah, we're gonna hold him accountable at night in, night out on here. We're gonna hold him accountable, especially Lakers Bryce. Lakers Bryce gonna let him have it. The 5 turnovers though, absolutely atrocious. I would say okay, so he had 7 turnovers last night. So how would you feel if he had the 7 turnovers in the first half and didn't have any in the second half? Didn't have any in the fourth quarter. Didn't want to be that big of a deal, right, Mr. Beast? But yeah, I totally agree. Let me read that again. Russ needs to hold himself accountable. And that's the thing, too. I think his teammates need to hold him accountable. Rondo needs to hold him accountable. AD needs to hold him accountable. We remember during training camp, I don't know if you guys caught that clip or if you do remember, but he said he was going to hold AD accountable night in and night out. Well, and push AD to be the best night in and night out. Well, they need to do the same thing to Russ. I think they're giving him time to get acclimated. It's a big adjustment. He has to get adjusted to playing with greats, the greats that he's playing with, but also the team has to get adjusted to playing with him. At his speed and all that stuff. So let's see. Let's see what happens as the season progresses, and yeah, let's continue to hold him accountable. You said exactly. He told a guy he's been doing this for 14 years. Sounded like he's not trying to change, but yeah, it's definitely a process. He's gonna have to change. Again, I mentioned it earlier. He doesn't want to be the reason why this doesn't work. AD and LeBron, they already won. A couple years ago, they won. Last year was what it was last year, but they won 2 years ago. So they've proven that they can do it. And it was just the two of them. It was no other stars. It was the two of them and a lot of role players, key role players at that, but a lot of role players. We have the key role players, I believe, on this team. Melo, key role player. I think Dwight is a key role player. And I think THT will be a key role player for us. And Nunn, a key role player for us. Monk. So we have those key role players. So now Russ is coming. He's that third star. So he doesn't want to be the reason why this does not work. So his game, he's going to have to change the game. And I think he will little by little. But yeah, the way he said 14 years, I hope that it's not that. I hope it's not him saying he's not going to change his game. And I hope it was just him saying that he'll figure it out. So let's hope. Let's side more on let's lean more towards that. Him saying he's going to figure it out as opposed to him saying he's not going to change, because he's going to have to change. Because if he doesn't, then yeah, I don't know. He's going to have to. I love how you said, I think. That's honesty. Oh yeah, bro. Yeah. I don't know it all. Again, Lakers Bryce, he knows a lot more about the game than I do. He's not with us tonight. I just know the Lakers. I'm a diehard Lakers fan. But yeah. So, Mr. Beast, yeah, I hope. We'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. But also keep in mind, as I said it earlier, I don't know if you were in here when I said it. When it counts, the ball will be in LeBron's hands. So Russ won't have the opportunity to make those turnovers. So Russ will have to do some of the other things that he does well, in my opinion. I think he's a good screener. He's a good slasher to the basket. Obviously, transition. So I think he'll do those things a lot better. I think LeBron will get a lot of hockey assists, where he passes to Russ and then Russ, makes that quick pass to whoever else. So I think he'll do that very, very well when it counts. But for the most of the offense will be ran through LeBron. Russ won't have the opportunity to turn the ball over. Yeah, bro. You right about that. I don't know it all. Let me put that on the screen. I definitely don't know it all. Yeah, it's real. So we're a family. We're a team here. This ain't my channel. This ain't just Lakers Bryce's channel. We're a family here. This is your channel. Ramon Garcia, you're a Lakers fan. This is your channel. Mr. Beast, the fourth, you're a Lakers fan. This is your channel. Look at you. I didn't know that stat. I thought it was 10 by Kobe. We both knew it was Kobe. We didn't know the exact numbers. And what did you do? You went back and you looked it up. And booyah, it was 12. So yeah, this is our channel, bro. This is your channel. Oh, Ramon, you're not a Lakers fan, bro. Who you like, Ramon? Who you like? Who are you a fan of? But so you're not a Lakers fan and you're still here with us. So big shout out to you. I appreciate you. Thank you for that. We're talking Lakers. It's Lakers over everything here, and you're hanging out with us. And you did ask a basketball question, and a personal question about my children. So yeah, big shout out to you. I appreciate you for being with us. Right, Mr. Beast. He's not a Lakers fan. He's here. I got that same look on my face. But nevertheless, we appreciate him for being here. Let's see what else you got, Mr. Beast. But back to what I was saying. This is our channel, bros. It's not just my channel. It's not just Lakers Bryce. It's our channel. That's why the very first comment that you'll see here is the link to join the stream. So you guys can always join the stream if you want to join the stream. You want to put your face on the screen with me, and share the screen, then you can do that. Or if you want to hide your face and just, talk, you can do that as well. You guys are always more than welcome. Whenever we go live, you're more than welcome to join the stream with us. And also follow us on our social media accounts. It's all there for you down in the description box. Our Instagram, that's where we're most active, Lakers _ everything. So you can always DM me and talk Lakers there, or DM me and let me know some of the things you want to see, a video you want to see, or some things you want us to talk about. And we'll definitely do that. So it's our channel. It's not just my channel. It's our channel. It's my choice to be here. Yeah, bro, you're right. It's your choice, and we appreciate you, Ramon. Thank you for being here. Definitely appreciate you. Let's address this, Mr. Beast. I try to go with the old Phil Jackson mantra and see how the first 20 try to see how the first I butchered that. Let me start over. I tried to go with the old Phil Jackson mantra and see how the first 20 games go, and then you make the adjustments from there. Facts. That is absolutely correct. That's why you see a lot of guys going crazy, speaking absolutely ludicrous. Oh, the Lakers in trouble. The Lakers suck. Trade Russ. This. Bro, you can't do that in 11 games. You cannot do that just after 11 games. You say 20, I say even a little bit more, just because we have so much to add. But 20, that'll be what this month going into next month. I say Christmas, man. I say around Christmas time, January, especially because we had the injuries, man. We had key, and you said it too. Nunn and THT. That was David who said that. Nunn and THT being out. Those are two huge rotational pieces, two huge role players for us, especially THT. We expect big things out of him. We paid him. He's the fourth highest player on the team, after, of course, the big three. Of course, his money doesn't, come anywhere near close to the money they're making, but still, Tupac Biggie. I like that name, bro. He says, peace to the chat. Peace to you, bro. Glad to see you. This is my first time seeing you here. So welcome to the stream. Welcome. We're just hanging out, vibing tonight. The Lakers are off tonight, but we are on. Yeah, we're just hanging out, vibing, talking Lakers. It's Lakers over everything, baby. Purple and gold till we die. Purple and gold, we ride. We bleed purple. Our heart beats gold. It's Lakers over everything. So we're just hanging out, talking. So big shout out to you. But going back to you got to get this team some time before you start making assumptions and making full adjustments. That's why I'm not even blaming Vogel so much with his rotations and all that, because he has a lot of guys out. Night in, night out. There's been a lot of injuries. So once we get everybody back and we get to Christmas time, get to January, if we're still looking like this, if Russ is still turning the ball over, as much, and we're still struggling against these teams, not the best teams, and losing, then yeah, we may have a problem. What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? It's everyone's. Mr. B says it's everyone's choice to be here, Ramon. It's all good. Yeah, going back to Ramon. Yeah, bro. Yeah, yeah. We're all here. It's my choice. My apologies, guys. I've hit the wrong button, got thrown out. So, again, I'm new to this live streaming stuff, so we're trying. So I apologize for that mistake. But yeah, I was saying it's everyone's choice to be here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all for being here. So big shout out to all you guys, all you guys, all you guys. What else we got? What else we got? Let's see, Mr. Beast. Probably more this year for sure. We should know by game 75, right? I'm playing. Yeah, 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 yeah. I would say the All-Star break, man. All-Star break before the trade deadline. And then, of course, the buyout market will do a little here and there, a little tweaking, and add a piece or two, but I don't see any big trades coming. I think this is the team we're rocking with. And like I said, buyout market will throw a piece in here and there, defender, wing guy, all that stuff. But yeah, I think I would say Christmas, I think we'll start to really get a good eye on it, because Christmas time we'll have guys back, right? I think everyone will be back for sure, and played some good games, had a nice stretch of games, everyone except Ariza. I think we'll get Ariza back around that time, so we'll just add him in. But everyone else will be in. Knock on wood, we don't have any more injuries, right? But we'll get healthy. We'll get guys back, and we'll have a stretch of games. And then not only it won't only be bad teams. We'll have played some good teams by that Christmas matchup against the Brooklyn Nets. So Christmas, but then January, February trade deadline, we'll really get a handle on how what this team is, and it's expected. I don't expect to be 11-0 or 10-1 or 9-2. At this point here on November 9th, game 11. I'm fine where we're at 6-5. We're not 1-10. We're not 2-9. It could be a lot worse, so it could be a lot slower start. So I'm happy with where we're at. I'm not happy now. I would prefer to be sitting at 8-3, because those two losses to OKC, they shouldn't happen. But it is what it is. They did. Let's hope we learned and we don't allow that anymore. All right. Let's see. I got another one. Do you think DeAndre Jordan will stay on the team? I really want him to succeed, but it might be too late in his career. So personally, again, I think that we're going to add someone else to this team in the buyout market. So one or two guys I think we're going to add to the team, and I think he'll be the first to go, DeAndre Jordan. I would love to see DeAndre Jordan get a ring, but I don't think he'll be here, because I think because now remember, the plan was to only sign 14 guys and keep that 15th guy, that 15th spot open. But we had all those injuries, right? The 14th guy that we signed was Austin Reaves, and we were supposed to be done. We were going to keep that 15th spot open for the buyout market, so we didn't have to cut anyone. We could just easily add someone. But with all the injuries, you remember the season started and we had injuries to Nunn, THT, Monk, all those guys were hurt. And it kind of left us scrambling, and we ended up having to fill that 15th roster spot. Avery Bradley was waived by Golden State, and we picked up Avery Bradley, remember? So we kind of filled that 15th spot. So now to bring someone onto this team in the buyout market, we have to waive someone. We have to cut someone, because we're at max. The max is 15 guys, so we have to cut someone. And I just think I said DeAndre would be the first to go, but Bradley, you got Bradley in there too. I think those would be the two guys, that will lose to bring two more guys in. Or if it's just one, to bring one in. But I say DJ because, we don't need to carry three centers. I think fully healthy, when we're fully healthy, and we have the size and the wing depth, I think AD moves into the 5, and AD starts at the 5. And then you have Dwight, he'll come in and when to give AD a breather, and play his 18 to 20 minutes a night. Depending on the matchups, sometimes less. So I think DJ will be the first to go, and it's unfortunate because DJ's had a heck of a career. His days in Clippers, and then Brooklyn, he didn't really do much there, and they cut him. I think it'll be the same thing here. But if he does stay, I don't think he'll get minutes. I don't want him playing any minutes. I want him just to be a vet, sitting at the end of the bench, be a cheerleader, and all that stuff. So he's playing the role that he's playing now. So shout out to him. So even if he is waived, he'll get a ring. So because it'll come a buyout market. So he'll be on the team long enough to get a ring. So yeah, let's see. Tupac Biggie, again, welcome to the stream, bro. Glad to see you. Love that name. I'm a West Coast guy, born and raised, LA guy, born and raised, Compton. So Tupac for sure. What you think about Russ coming off the bench and letting Rondo start because he knows the offense, makes good decisions, and he knows how to penetrate defenses and set up our bigs and shooters. So, no matter what I think about it or what we think about it, Russ ain't coming off the bench. No bench. His pride, he ain't at that point in his career. And me and Lakers Bryce, we had this conversation. Lakers Bryce, the co-host of this show. He's not on tonight. He's resting tonight. But we had this conversation in private about Russ coming off the bench. And so my thing is keep Russ in the starting lineup. I think he'll get adjusted to this role. LeBron, when it counts, LeBron will have the ball in his hands more. Keep Russ in the starting lineup. However, I do want to see Russ play a lot with the bench unit. It's not about who starts the game. It's about, who finishes it. So whether Russ, whoever's in the starting lineup, it really doesn't matter. It's about who's finishing it, who finishes it, how we play down the stretch. Again, I think Russ will get better, when LeBron is back and some of the pressures off, the ball handling pressures are off down the stretch. And Russ can do some of the other things that he does well, like setting screens, slash into the basket, running in transition, and all that good stuff. So, I still want Russ in the starting lineup, but I feel what you're saying about Rondo. Rondo has been excellent, but I think Rondo is playing a role that he wasn't expected to play. He's having to play a lot of minutes. When we re-signed Rondo, when he was bought out, so he was the Clippers. That's their new name, the Trippers, because all they do is trip. When he was traded to Memphis and they bought him out and we re-signed him, I don't think he expected to play a lot of minutes. He's having to play a lot of minutes now because of these injuries and whatnot. I think he expected to have a lot of games where he had DNPs did not play, which he was totally fine with, because he's here to be a coach and all that good stuff. So I like what you're saying though. Like last night, it was pretty evident. It's good to have at the end of our bench, where we could throw Rondo out there, even if he didn't play the night before or whatever the case may be. We could throw him out there and he could take control of the game the way he did and get guys set up. Rondo is averaging, here's a funny stat. Rondo is averaging like 4.5 assists a game, right? In the games that he's playing, and like 3 of those assists go to AD. So it's crazy. The Rondo AD connection, absolutely crazy. It was there in 2020, the championship year, and it's there now. Something that we didn't have last year. We missed last year with Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder, he only all year long. This is an average per game. All year long, he had 1 lob to AD. 1 lob to Anthony Davis. How do you have Anthony Davis on your team? You're the starting point guard. You only have 1 lob. 1 lob all year long. Again, this isn't an average. It wasn't 1 per quarter or nothing. It was 1 lob. Rondo, you see it like that. Russ, you see it like that. LeBron, you see it like that. So it just shows how much better of a situation we have this year than we did last. Even if it's not the perfect fit yet with Russ and all that stuff, they're finding AD. So that's my thoughts on that. Tupac Biggie, about keep Russ in that starting lineup, let him figure it out. And you'll have LeBron in there, and it's just having Rondo is a benefit. But I agree with you. He does know how to penetrate the defense. He does set up our bigs and our shooters. Russ just has to do more of that. Russ can do that. Russ can penetrate the defense. Everything Rondo does, Russ can do better. He can do it at a higher level. It's just he has to get more settled. And alleviate the turnovers, cut those turnovers down, which is something Rondo doesn't do. He doesn't turn the ball over that much. But Russ can do everything that you just said, that he does. He can penetrate the defense. He can find our bigs. He can find our shooters. And when Russ is on, we had started to see it a bit. Then LeBron went out, and then Russ was having to do more. And now you're starting to see the turnovers more. So I think when LeBron is back, it'll even itself out a little bit more. Let's see what else we got. Ramon Garcia, I can't judge you, but I wouldn't be around someone that I don't like. Okay, I'm not sure what you guys are talking about there. We're gonna keep it all Lakers over here, Lakers related. But yeah, what you're saying, we totally agree. Tupac Biggie, do you think we can waive a couple of pieces that don't fit and sign James Ennis, Shandy Brown, Harry Giles, and a guard that play on ball defense? Yeah, but I definitely believe come buyout market, we will waive some guys. Now, right now, we can't waive anyone, because I think the earliest we could waive someone or trade anyone is like December, because all these are new contracts. Those are the CBA rules, NBA rules. You can't do that. But come buyout market, yeah, I believe we that's what we were talking about a little bit. James, or sorry, Mr. Beast asked me that. And James, I don't know who James is. Mr. Beast asked me that, asked a similar question, and I do believe that yeah, we will end up waiving some guys like Bradley, DJ, and we'll sign some of these other guys. So we'll see. We still got some time to figure things out, get guys healthy, and see how we look, and then we'll go from there. But I definitely believe this will not be the roster going into the playoffs and all that good stuff. I think we'll add some guys. No major changes, no trades, huge trades or anything. But I think buyout market will add some guys in there. So yeah, great question. And I definitely, but those names you did mention. So James Ennis, we worked James Ennis out, and it was rumored that we were going to get him. During the off season before the season started, he was posting all on Twitter and all on Instagram. He was going through liking all the posts that had him linked to the Lakers. But we didn't sign him. So my thoughts on that is there must be something wrong with James Ennis. I don't know what it could be, but there must be something wrong, because all signs pointed to us signing James Ennis. And we ended up giving that spot to Austin Reaves instead, undrafted rookie. Now I see why, but at the time, even though I kind of did follow Austin Reaves a little bit, I seen him play a little bit, so I kind of knew a little bit about him, but I definitely didn't see him making this roster and us giving him that. I definitely didn't see us giving Austin Reaves that 14th roster spot, and him being on the permanent roster. I thought he would be a two-way guy, or be down on the South Bay Lakers. But they gave it to Reaves over Ennis. So there must be something wrong with Ennis, and no one else is looking at Ennis. No one else signed him. No one else looked at him. I think only a couple other teams worked him out. And so I don't know if it's an injury or I don't know what it is, but James Ennis, I for sure thought he was going to be on the team. When it came to those last spots, Shonda Brown, yeah, I would love to see him as well. But I wasn't impressed with him doing a preseason. I thought, it was a little more work he needed to put in. But yeah, we'll see. He's down at the South Bay Lakers, so we'll see about him. Harry Giles is another good fit, or some of these other guys. Yeah. So I think more and more names will pop up the closer and closer we get. But yeah, I definitely believe we're gonna waive some guys and add some guys to this team. Down the line. I understand. Thank you, Ramon Garcia. Okay. You're not a bad guy if you ask me, but I am aware you're not on my level of consciousness. Okay. Again, I don't know what we're talking about there. You will let your kids be in the NBA. Okay. Yeah. We're talking Lakers, bro. I'm not sure. That's getting a little weird. But Ramon, okay, we appreciate you for being here. Let's talk some Lakers basketball, and let's keep it at that. Uh, Tupac Biggie had another one. Sorry. AD and Rondo have great chemistry, but AD and Russ chemistry not that good. It's gonna build. It's gonna build a little bit. It's gonna continue to build. Again, this is the first time playing with each other. It takes time, right? It takes time, and Russ is trying to get acclimated, and he has all everything. I know, Ramon. I didn't say you're weird. I said the conversation was getting a little weird. You're not weird at all. I don't know you to call you weird. That's not what I was saying. I was saying the conversation is getting a little weird. So let's keep it Lakers related. That's what we're about over here. So let's talk about that. All right. That's that. Uh oh, let's see something. 1 second. Okay. Enough of that. But okay, so yeah, Russ, they'll get a little better. They'll get a little better. I think the chemistry will get a little better over time. Russ just has a lot. He's trying to get acclimated to a lot of other things. So I think once he does that, and we have the stability of LeBron being on the court with him, and everyone else, I think their chemistry will get better. But yeah, Rondo and AD's chemistry is A1, right? It's just because Rondo has that high Q, that IQ, right? It's unmatched. Rondo, LeBron, those guys have some of the highest basketball IQ in the history of the game. So yeah. So you get a great big like that, and but Russ has done it too. You go back to Adams, the guy. He made Adams the name. In OKC, the guy. Clint Capella, obviously they traded him away, so he didn't get to play with Capella much. But I think he would have elevated Capella's game. Um, but then the guy from Washington, I forget his name, but he played with him last year. Russ elevated him, made him a name, and the guy got paid. Pretty much because of Russ. They kept him and they paid him this year. So he does make guys better. And I think too, this is the benefit of having Rondo. Eventually, when Russ does get settled, I'm not saying that's not happening now, but I think Rondo will be in Russ's ear a lot, and some of that IQ is going to rub off on Russ. Obviously they get to go at each other every day in practice when they have them those not every day, but whenever they have those practices and they have the full scrimmages, 5-on-5, you have Russ going against Rondo. So they're going to bring out the best in each other. They did it for years, on opposing teams. So now they're teammates. So I think that IQ is going to rub off on Russ a bit. It's just going to take time for Russ to get a little settled. And I think in the long run, like I said earlier when I went on a rant with Russ earlier in this video, the stream, I talked about how Russ does start out slow and he gets better, as the season progresses, and I think it'll be no different here. And I think a lot of that will be because of Rondo. So Rondo will get him going. So Tupac Biggie, that was a good observation there about Rondo. Mr. Beast, the fourth biggest thing with Rondo is that he was groomed by stars back in, we ain't saying that team on this. I'm glad you already know what it is, Mr. Beast. Shout out to you, baby. Flex emoji for you. You already know what it is. We ain't saying that name. But yeah, so he was groomed by stars back in, that East Coast, Northeast team. Russ is learning now, which is tough at times, which is tough at this point in his career. Rondo has the vision to see things before they happen. Big facts, man. Big facts. That is the truth right there. Rondo was groomed, with by KD and Paul Pierce and all those other guys, the All-Star, all those guys, right? Rondo was groomed by all those guys. Russ, not so much. Russ didn't. He wasn't groomed. Russ didn't have those guys who were that much better than him. Now you go back to OKC, of course, now KD is a better player than Russ is, right? However, back then, those young days in OKC, they both were on the rise. They both were becoming stars. And maybe they were on the same level back then, because KD was the MVP, Russ was the MVP, right? So you can't really say he had someone to look up to or someone to groom him, like Rondo did in KG, in Garnett and those cats, right? So very, very big point. It ain't too much for me to expound too much for me to expand that point. It's black and white. Mr. B said it right there. That's what it is. Yeah. So and yeah, Rondo does see things before they happen. That's just Rondo's a special player, man. He's gonna be a heck of a coach, and he's gonna be a guy. I hope that he's a Lakers coach, man. I hope he transitions from, this year on the Lakers, win another title, maybe next year, retires, and they hire him, right immediately. They add him to the bench, and he's the future head coach someday for the Lakers. He's going to be a heck of a coach because the way he can see things, and because the way he can make other players better. And I'm hoping that he'll make Russ better, in due time. In due time. Big facts. Yes, yes, yes. Mr. Beast. I've always been a Russ fan. I'm just waiting for him to take that next leap. It's going to be a beautiful thing, right, bro, man? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. We are all waiting for it. It's going to happen. All these guys on Russ's head, I I low-key feel bad for him because, Russ, Russ already sees himself as the bad guy, as he plays with that chip on his shoulder, so much to prove. KD left him. James Harden left him, so it looks like no one can play with him. And they just say he's just padding his stats. And, I don't buy that at all. The man plays hard. And, you can try to pad your stats all you want. To be his size and to out rebound 7-footers and to, get assists and all that stuff, that's selfless play to me. That's just a winner. And, over here, I think it'll all come together in due time. Again, I didn't expect it to be perfect and come together in 11 games. I expected to take some time. And yeah, I totally agree. Like you, Mr. Beast, I've been a Russ fan for a very, very long time. And I'm just so ecstatic that he's wearing the purple and gold. So happy he's here. And, when he does take that next level, it all comes together. It's going to be beautiful. And I think it's going to happen here in the purple and gold. All right. Let's see. I don't know if I could see Rondo as a coach. Just my feeling. For real, I think he's going to be a coach. I think he's going to be a coach. He's already a coach on that bench. He's been doing that. He did it in 2020, right? And he's doing it this year. Although he was a solid contributor, playoff Rondo was real in 2020. The legend of playoff Rondo was alive in 2020. But he still was a coach when he wasn't out there. But definitely this year, he's coaching up guys like Reaves, those young guys. Monk, I think he's coaching him up, and will continue to do so. Nunn, I think he'll coach Nunn up a ton. That's what I'm excited to see. Rondo coaching up Nunn. So I'm very excited about that. But I definitely think I think he's going to be a coach in the league. I definitely, if Tyronn Lue can have the success and be the coach, be a coach in this league and have the little success that he had, I definitely feel that Rondo will. But we'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. There's no such thing as padding. Right. Let me get that up on the screen. There's no such thing as padding stats in the NBA. Way too elite. Exactly. You can't do it. The talent is too, like you just said, too elite. It's that high on that high up on the level. Even like greats like LeBron James, he can't even pad stats because the talent is just that good. So I never buy into that. I never bought that. It was just he wasn't on a championship team, and that wasn't his fault. What team has he been on that you could say, oh yeah, that's a championship team? Besides OKC back, when they, lost to Golden State, in Game 7 of the Western Conference semifinals, and then KD left. But that was a young team. If they stayed together, that team would have won a championship. I'm a firm believer in that. Had they stayed together, they would have won a championship. But he just hasn't been on teams. So now he's on a championship team. And now, that's good and bad because now he has the opportunity to prove himself and take that next leap that you and I and all Lakers Nation want to see him take. And that you and I, we agree that he will get there and take it. But also bad because the spotlight is going to be on him. And it sucks because we're only 11 games in. And the spotlight is shining bright on him, and he's blamed for every little thing. Where we're only 11 games in, and he's not fully acclimated, not fully comfortable yet. It's going to take time, but they don't understand that. The media, Skip Bayless and those cats, they don't understand that. They're going to blame him. They're going to hammer him. They're going to make a mockery of him. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. He who laughs first, They don't necessarily laugh last. So I think at the end, Russ is going to get that crowning moment. And it's, like you said, it's going to be a beautiful thing to see. It's going to be a beautiful thing to see. I couldn't see Rondo up there at the podium talking to the press about his team. Right. I don't know, because he's been good. With the media sessions, the media's day, Lakers media day, all that stuff. But yeah, that's a different beast as a coach. But I don't know. I think he'll be a good. I like him. I like him as a coach. I like Rondo. Of course, I hated him back in the day when he was with that other team. But then when he came over here, I loved him. I loved him in 2020. I love him now, and I'm glad he's back. So yeah. Again, we're coming off fresh victory last night. To get our record, improve our record to 6-5. After two bad losses to OKC and Portland over the weekend. OKC last Thursday, Portland on Saturday. Horrible losses. We got back in the winning column. We got back on the other side of 500. 6-5. Overtime thriller last night. Overtime victory last night against the Charlotte Hornets to 126-123. AD was amazing. Russell Westbrook had a triple-double. Melo was lights out again, 7-10 from 3. We got Miami coming up tomorrow, which we're going to talk about in a second. But let me ask you guys this, Mr. B, since you're here. So the Buddy Hield, a lot of guys, the way with Russ starting out slow, everyone says we should have did the Buddy Hield trade, blah, 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 blah. I'm not one of those at all. I don't believe in that at all. Buddy Hield wasn't going to fix the defensive issues. That's the main issue with us, defensive issues. And Buddy Hield wasn't going to fix guys being out. And Russ is going to give you a lot of other things that Buddy Hield's not going to do. Of course, Buddy Hield's a better shooter. However, let me say this. Buddy Hield is a better shooter than Russell Westbrook. But has he been a better shooter than Carmelo Anthony this year? Think about that. We don't do the Russ trade. We get Buddy Hield. Now, I'm not saying we get Buddy Hield. I think we still get Melo too. It was just time, right? It was just time for Melo to finally be a Laker. And there was still a role for him on this team had we got Buddy Hield. But we got both. We got the best of both worlds. So we did the Russ trade. So we got Russ. And everything Russ is brings to the table and will bring once he's more settled. We'll see a better version of Russ as the season progresses. And we still got everything Buddy Hield was going to give us. And Ryan's on a vet minimum contract. So the only reason I'm bringing this up, Hield is not in my head at all. The only reason I'm bringing this up because I see a lot of Lakers fans, I wouldn't call them true Laker fans, because if you're giving up on the team in 11 games, if you're saying trade Russ in only 11 games, then bruh, kick rocks, because that ain't cool. 11 games in. But so this is the only reason why I'm bringing this up, because a lot of guys are saying, oh, we should have did the Hield trade. But Melo, that man that you see on your screen back there on that green screen, yeah, he's having a much better season than Buddy Hield is. And let's continue to watch that, and let's continue to see Russ develop. All right, so how y'all feel about that? Mr. Beast asks, let me get you on the screen. What did you think about the situation with the 5 free throws? Oh yeah, so I talked about that. So it's 3 things that we do when we go live. We do the 360 MVP award, which is the MVP out of the big 3, 360. AD, LeBron, and Russ. So we choose who the MVP is out of those 3. And then the second thing tonight, it was AD with his big 44 minutes, 32 points, 12 boards, 4 assists, 3 steals, 5 blocks. So he won tonight's 360 MVP. Another thing we do is the Next Man Up award, which is the guy who stepped up. The next man up, exactly what it sounds like. The guy who stepped up, who's not a part of the big 3, who contributed and had the big game, had the big moments. Of course, that went to Melo, 29 points. That award is starting to be named after Melo. We're gonna have to add Melo to the big 3-6-0. We're gonna figure something out because Melo is just balling, right? And then another thing that we have is shaking my head moments. Now, it could be the shaking my head award. So it could be a moment, it could be a player, it could be a lot of different things. It could be the officials, it could be a lot of different things. And that was one of them tonight. It was that 5 free throw sequence. Absolutely horrible. And it actually made the game a lot closer. If those 5 free throws only become 2 free throws, the game doesn't go to overtime, in my opinion. We win that game a little more comfortably. But that 5 free throw, it was absolutely crazy. So the thing that I didn't like is and I ranted on this too, us being a veteran team, is so the sequence went, Melo got fouled, right? Melo ball got fouled. So 2 free throws, right? And then we got a delay a game call. That was a 3rd free throw. Carmelo Anthony got a tech. That was the 4th free throw. And then Russell Westbrook got a tech. That was the 5th free throw. So what I don't like is the last 2, Melo and Russ getting those techs. Now Russ did say, I can't even remember why Melo got a tech. But Russ did mention why he got a tech. He said that the ref yelled at him. And all what he said back to him was, "Hey, bro, don't yell at me. I'm not your child. I'm not your kid. I got kids of my own. Don't scream at me." And then the ref teed them up. Now, the referees, they don't like Russell Westbrook. It's just his personality, how he is, how he comes off. It is what it is. I don't knock him for it. That's his personality. That's who he is. He's the LA guy. That's who he is. So I'm not knocking him. Sometimes I do wish that he would be a little more professional, a little more mature, in particular in the post games. But I'm not knocking him, whatever. So that's what he said. But yeah, that was absolutely boneheaded to me. Those 5 free throws, it's like I've never seen anything like that. So it was absolutely crazy, and it kind of could have affected the game. It did affect the game, but it could have led to a loss if it wasn't for Melo and his heroics. It could have led to a loss. So absolutely crazy. Moving on to your next statement, we getting way more from Melo than anyone thought, including me, and we getting him cheap. Right. No one expected Melo to be this hot. I thought Melo would come in and thrive and fit right in. But the stuff he's doing, the love he's getting at Staples Center, like I said, I'm just about at all the Laker home games. And it's been crazy, man. When he checks in, whether it be the first quarter for the first time or the second, third, fourth, it don't matter. The crowd goes crazy. When he gets the pass, they go even crazier. When he shoots it, they go even crazier. And then when he makes it, it's an earthquake. It's an earthquake. It's a 7.0 earthquake, in honor of Melo's number 7 jersey. It's a 7.0 earthquake, magnitude earthquake at Staples every time he makes a shot. So he's a fan favorite. Like I said, the only player who gets a bigger pop from the crowd is LeBron James. He's LeBron. So the crowd goes crazy over LeBron, right? But Melo is right there. And the celebrity is there with Melo, right? The celebrity is there. Not to mention his play on the court has been absolutely crazy, but the celebrity, 19 years in, we know everything he's done. He's a Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer. And, a lot of Melo fans, Mr. Beast, you said it yourself, a lot of Melo fans coming in, 19 years, and a lot of people want to see him win. So I want to see him win a championship and put that cherry on top of his storied and amazing career, especially his out of the career, out of the league a few years ago. Absolutely crazy. And now look at him. He's here doing this for the Lakers. And Mr. Beast, will you agree with me on this? He was excellent in Portland, right? He accepted his role. That first year, he was still in the starting lineup, played well, but then last year he accepted his role, and he was great in Portland, man. Absolutely great. But he's been even better here with us in year 19. Even better, even defensively. He's been better. He didn't play any defense in Portland. And I thought that's the Melo we were going to get. And I was fine with it if he was going to play offensively like he's been playing. But he's even playing some good defense. He has 11 blocks on the year, 8 steals on the year. So he's playing some serviceable defense, good defense above, above the standard that I expected from him. So I'm loving Melo, man. I'm loving it. I am loving it. In fact, I'm loving Melo so much that tune in. Make sure you guys tune in. Are we gonna do it now? I want to give away a Melo jersey. That's how much I'm loving Melo. I want to give away a Melo jersey. I want to give away a Melo jersey. So how we gonna do this? How we gonna do this? How we gonna do this? Yeah, we do a lot of giveaways here on the channel. We have a giveaway going right now. That giveaway is closed, but you want to tune in next month because it's something we're gonna do every single month. Um, we give away. It's the prediction. You predict the Lakers record for the month. Again, it's closed for the month of November as we're into games already, deep into the schedule for the month. But you predict the schedule. You hit me up, you DM me with the correct schedule. You're one of the first ones, and we give away some prizes. This month's prize is Lakers game tickets to next month's game, December 21st against the Phoenix Suns. So we have some submissions where we're just waiting to see, who's right. And then that's first place for that. Second place is a Lakers jersey of your choice. And third place is a Lakers hoodie. So if you missed it this month, if you're new here and you missed it this month, you want to, tune in and make sure you check us out next month, in particular at the beginning of the month, because we're going to do that all year long. We're going to do this same giveaway all year long, the Lakers prediction. But tonight I want to give away a Lakers jersey. All you got to do, be the first person to hit me up on the Lakers Instagram. Lakers Instagram is down in the description box. However, it's also on the ticker there, rolling across the bottom of your screen. But it's Lakers _ everything. Just be the first to DM me over there on the Lakers Instagram page. Show me that you like this video, take a screenshot of, that shows you like this video. Go down there and comment in the comment section, Melo with a fire emoji. So just Melo, Melo with the fire emoji. Go down there, do that, screenshot that, DM me, and then DM me on the Lakers Over Everything Instagram page. Again, it's Lakers _ everything. Just be the first to DM me that and DM me today's secret word, which is Melo. That's simple. That's all you got to do. You do that. You be the first to do that. You get yourself a Lakers jersey, a Lakers Carmelo Anthony jersey. That's what we're giving away tonight, our Carmelo Anthony jersey. So of your choice, you can have the purple one, you can have the gold one, but it'll be the 2020 version or the white one, the Sunday whites one. You could get one of those as well. So whichever one you want, but it'll be the number 7 Melo jersey. Again, like this video. Go down there in the comment section, drop a Melo fire emoji, not the comment section of the live chat, but the actual comment section. Drop a Melo fire emoji. Hit me up with tonight's secret word, which is Melo. DM me on Lakers Over Instagram. Send me those 2 screenshots. Hit me up with the secret word, which is Melo, and I'm sending you a Lakers jersey. All right, Lakers Carmelo Anthony jersey. Purple, gold, white, whichever one you want, but it'll be the 2022 version, not an old one. Well, of course, that's the only one you could get because this is Melo's first year with us, right? That's all you got to do, all right? That's all you got to do. So if you're watching, shout out to you. I appreciate you for watching. So go ahead and do that, Mr. Beast. Go ahead and do that. All right. Let's keep it rolling. Playing the coulda, woulda, shoulda card never works. Right. You talking about healed? My bad. I'm behind. Russ, I'm just here so I won't get fined. Right. That's what it is, right? That's exactly what it is. His post game conferences. I'm just here so I won't get fined. And yeah, that's exactly what it is. But it's comical to me. I be rolling. I mean, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like it. Especially on this veteran team, be professional, answer the questions right. But yeah, I still find it funny. You remember the bruh? What are you talking about, bruh? You remember that? So a lot of memes. Russ is a walking meme when we get to see it every night in night. And I always knew he was like that, but I didn't keep. Obviously I didn't watch it as much. I just would see the gifs and the memes. And then I would go back and watch it. I didn't watch it as much because he wasn't here. But now he's here. I'm seeing it every night. And it's crazy. It's funny to me. I didn't really watch the Portland, to be honest. Portland doesn't really play D. So Melo didn't. Oh, right. Yeah, they don't play defense. The only reason I watched them is when we played them, and then obviously we played them in the bubble in the championship. You remember the first round where they went up. They went up. They won the first game. Remember, and Dame, did his little Dame time thing, and that was the only game they won. After that, they lost 4-1. So I watched it then. Not last year, 2 years ago, 2020. I watched it then. So yeah. But yeah, that those are facts. They don't play defense. Russ with the lotion, feeling ashy after playing a bad game. Yeah, Russ is hilarious, man. I love it. I laugh at it. It's funny, but at the same time, he need to get himself together. Let me ask you this. We're over 2 hours, so we've been going strong. I said we were going to be on here an hour, but as long as you guys are here, I'm here, so it's all good. But we're going to finish it up in a second. But how do you feel about, okay, so Ken Bazemore played horrible last night, right? 14 minutes, missing layups, didn't make a basket. Horrible perimeter defense. So they set his butt down. Bradley, he didn't play good defense either. He had a minus 21 plus minus. Again, he has tough assignments, these guards. But Austin Reaves, how would you feel about seeing Austin Reaves in the starting lineup? Austin Reaves is quickly passing up guys, these veteran guys on that depth chart. He's getting big minutes. He's playing crucial minutes down the stretch in the fourth quarter. Overtime, Austin Reaves is playing during those moments. Well, now I know we're about to get guys back, THT and all those guys, but boy, I wouldn't mind seeing Austin Reaves in the starting lineup right now, especially if Bazemore is playing the way he's playing now. I'm not saying Austin Reaves he's still a rookie. You see needs for improvement in his game. He's a rookie. It is what it is. But the effort is there, and you don't see him making losing plays. And he's showing, even last night, he's starting to show that he's more than just a three-point shooter, right? Well, he's been showing that because defense, the effort, the energy is there. And he makes good defensive plays. He's always, reaching out, getting a hand on the ball, knocking the ball loose, just making things more difficult. Even last night with LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball was torching Bazemore, was torching Bradley. But when Austin Reaves was on him, he made it difficult, man. I don't think LaMelo really scored when Austin Reaves was on him. AR-15, that's what we like to call him over here. That's the name Lakers Bryce gave him, AR-15. So what about him in the starting lineup, man? And again, I know we're about to get guys back, THT, Nunn, and all those guys. So, but I'm just saying before those guys came back, now I wouldn't mind sitting them in there. I wouldn't mind sitting them out there. Again, it's not about who starts; it's about how we finish. But I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind it at all. He had a nice reverse layup last night, which was fire. And then he also had he tried to go for a dunk. He tried to bang it. He tried to bang it. So it got blocked. He got fouled, which should have been a flagrant. They called that flagrant on Rondo. They should have called that flagrant, on Reaves. When he got hit, he should have got a flagrant. But they didn't. But I think we found something. We definitely found something in Austin Reaves. And I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Let's see what you said. You responded to that. It said, honestly, we got nothing to lose. I think Vogel is just filling him out and bringing him in as an energy guy. Right. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. He's bringing him off the bench, energy, especially with no THT, with no Nunn, who's supposed to be energy guys off the bench. Although I believe THT would be the starting lineup. But he, yeah. So yeah, he is bringing in energy. Him along with Melo. But yeah, again, nothing to lose. I wouldn't mind seeing him in the starting lineup. But we're about to get THT back, so we'll see. But Vogel. He's trusting him more and more, man. You see when he's out there. Even when LeBron was here, you would see Russ, AD, LeBron, Melo, and Austin Reaves on the floor together. So he was playing with those guys, and to be an undrafted rookie and you're on the floor with those cats, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Again, he played 27 minutes last night, so he's getting minutes. I'm loving it. And he'll continue to improve with these guys he has around him, these Hall of Famers. Rondo coaching him up in his ear. So I think we got something there in Austin Reaves. Personally, I was never a Bazemore fan, even the first time around. Yeah, that time he was that was a sorry team. So this is a different but yeah, I feel you. I don't even know why we went after him again, but I don't make those decisions. Okay, so I think he fit this team what we needed him to do off the bench. Off the bench. Now, keep in mind, this is something too. As we're struggling, we got a lot of guys playing roles that they were not brought here to play. Bazemore, prime example. Bazemore was not brought here to be a starter. He was not brought here to be a starter and have to defend the other team's best player for 25, 30 minutes. That's not what Bazemore was here. Bazemore was just supposed to be a bench guy. Come here and come off the bench, get in there, knock down some threes, knock down those corner threes, 2 or 3 a night off the bench, and play defense on that second unit, right? Fill in if someone's hurt, fill in. He wasn't brought here though to be a starter, and that's what he's had. That's what he's had to be because of the injuries and all that stuff. So I think we get guys back. That role will be taken away from Bazemore. He'll go back to the bench, and then he'll fit in more. He's playing a role that he wasn't meant to be. So I understand the role. I understand the fit. Come off the bench. Be a 3-and-D guy. Get in there, knock down some threes, play some defense. 15 minutes a night, and just contribute. So, there weren't many other guys out there to get. So I understand it, but at the same time, I understand what you're saying. But let's see. Okay, I feel you on that, but I'm still not a fan, right? I'm not a fan either. I'm not the biggest fan. I'm a fan because he's here, but I'm not the biggest fan. Especially at what performances last night. That's what I'm saying. Reaves, if Bates is gonna play like that, then give Reaves all those minutes, including that start lineup role. We'll see how it works out, right? I think once we get everybody back, he'll move to the bench, and we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Let's see. I think we pretty much covered everything, man. This was an awesome stream. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Again, the Lakers got that victory. In fact, let's check something out. Let's check this. I played this at the beginning of the show, but let's show it again. A few highlights of last night. That win last night. That 126-123 overtime victory. Let's check that out. Give me a second. Let me fix this here. When is Ariza back? So we got a while for Ariza, man. I don't think he'll be back until Christmas time. He's not supposed to be reevaluated until around there, a little bit before then. So I think we'll get him back Christmas time. But since you're here, let's check out Mr. Beast. Let's check out a few clips of that victory last night. How about that? Yes. A few clips, a little highlight reel that I put together early for the the Lakers put that together, and I kind of went in and added my little 2 cents to it. A little highlight clip of the Lakers' victory last night. Lakers win, we get excited over here. We're not done yet. I got another one for you. I got one more for you. How about Melo? Melo came up big last night. 37 minutes. Year 19, y'all. Year 19. 37 minutes. 29 points, 9 of 13 from the field, 7 of 10 from 3, just further stating his claim as a, sixth man of the year, as a key contributing piece to the Lakers. So in honor of Melo, let's see a couple of those threes, all right? Let's 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 soak this in. Let's enjoy this. Check this out. Check this out. Melo. How about that? How about Carmelo Anthony, baby? Absolutely balling, baby. Melo is balling, balling, balling. So I captured that footage last night at the game. Um, yeah, so I had to come share that with y'all. You know, that's what we do over here. I go to the games all the time, and I want to show you guys, have those clips for you guys and all that stuff. So big shout out to Melo. Big shout out to Melo. 29 points, 7 or 10 from three. He's balling 50, 40, shooting 50, 40, 90. He's a part of that club right there on the year, 11 games in. You know, boy, I just get excited. I get excited. Mellow. All right. Whoa. You're on the East Coast, bro? You're on the East Coast. I didn't know that. Where you at? What part of the East Coast you from, man? I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. I know it's late over there and you're checking in. You've been here with us all night. So big shout out to you. Salute to you. Yeah, man, bro. Get you some rest. Thank you, Mr. Beast the Fourth. Man, get you some rest tonight. You have an amazing day tomorrow. Lakers back at it tomorrow. Lakers game day. We'll do a pregame show and we'll have a postgame show for you guys tomorrow night. I'm not sure if I'm going to Staples tomorrow or not. But we'll have a pregame, postgame show. So catch us out. Catch us here tomorrow. We got a big game. He says, I'm from Cali, but I'm living in Raleigh, North Carolina. Okay. For the last 2 years, how you like it down there, man? I'm a big fan of Atlanta. So I've been up to Carolina, the Carolinas, both Carolinas. Beautiful. Raleigh is beautiful. But yeah. Big shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you once again. I know it's late. Get you some rest. I work nights, so I'm always up like, okay, I feel you. Well, thank you for spending your night with us. The Lakers was off tonight, so I wanted to get on. The Lakers was off tonight, but we're on. So I wanted to get on and come chat it up. And man, you made it a nice show tonight. So yeah, I bet it's way different. I mean, I lived down in Atlanta a couple of times. One time when I was in college, I lived in after college. I went to college in Florida, in Tallahassee. So it was like a 4-hour drive from Atlanta. And me being a Cali kid and moving to Florida, those hurricanes, I got scared. So we would drive up. I had an aunt. My aunt lived in Atlanta, and we would drive up. My cousin and I, we would drive up and stay with her whenever those hurricanes came. And then when I finished school, I lived in Atlanta for a little while, doing some work. And fast forward, a few years back, married, kids, family, all that stuff. We moved down to Atlanta just because we wanted to try something different. And my wife, she didn't like it, so we ended up coming back. But I love Atlanta. I go there all the time. But yeah, it's way different down there in the South. But Raleigh is beautiful. I love it. The Carolinas is beautiful. Charlotte has always been one of the cities that I've been infatuated with when I was, old enough to understand things. I always said I wanted to live in Charlotte, the nice city, North Carolina. But Raleigh, I guess Raleigh is a little different than Charlotte. But yeah, I love the Carolinas. So big shout out to you. We got Lakers over everything, family down there in Raleigh. So big shout out to Raleigh. Big shout out to you, Mr. Beast. And man, hopefully, we'll get you some tickets to a Lakers game and get you out here. Or when we come down there when they play the Hornets, maybe get you some tickets to that game, and you go check them out while you're down there. I'm not sure how far is Charlotte from Raleigh. I'm not sure, but yeah, bro, we appreciate you again. It's beautiful, but I miss the city. I was in North Hollywood. Uh, okay, cool. So yeah, okay, NoHo. Yeah, it's way different than NoHo, that's for sure. Hurricanes are scarier than earthquakes to me. Oh yeah, those are facts. Those are facts. Those are facts. A lot of earthquakes. That's what people say. At least we don't have earthquakes. Man, a lot of earthquakes you only know because they posted it on social media, or you look up and see something swinging a little bit. Um, my 36 years of life, and all the years I lived in California, I've only been in like one serious earthquake. So, yeah, those hurricanes are a lot different. Oh, so you're only 3 hours. All right. So I'm gonna look at the schedule, bro. I'm gonna look at the schedule, man. We're gonna get you some tickets. Lakers over everything on you. Take you and your significant other, your wife there. You guys or whoever, whatever, how you want to do it. We're gonna get you some tickets, man, and you go enjoy Charlotte, Lakers, Charlotte, Lakers when they come to town. Since you're way down there, we stick together over here. We family, baby, from LA all the way to Raleigh, man. We're gonna look out. We're gonna look out for you. We're gonna send you to that Lakers Charlotte game when they come to town. So make sure you DM me on Instagram. We get your information. I'm gonna look on the schedule. I'm not exactly sure when it is, but if you want to check it and DM me, let me know. If not, I'll get with you. DM me though. Make sure you add me over there on the Lakers _ everything, Lakers over everything official IG page. DM me. Let's chat it up over there. We're gonna send you to the game, bro. I got you. All right. I'll take Lakers apparel over ticks these days. More convenient these days. All right. We'll get you both. We got you. We'll get you your favorite jersey. And then we'll also send you to the game if you can't go. If that's what you meant by convenience. Then I understand that if you got to work or whatever. But hopefully we got enough time where we could work it out, where you could get the night off or get the day off, whatever the case may be, so we could get you in that game. And you never know. Maybe I'll pop up down there in Charlotte and come watch it with you. All right. So yeah, all right. You already hit me up. So I'm looking forward to checking it out. All right, bro. I know it's late, so I know you got to get your rest or whatever, get back to work. I'm gonna get off of here as well, really fast. We're back in action tomorrow night against the Miami Heat, the number one team in the Eastern Conference, probably the number one team in the NBA. Well, I don't know. Golden State, they might have that record. Have that number one team as of now. But Miami's definitely up there. They're definitely a contender. They're sitting at 7-2. Big wins. They have some big wins this year. Wins over the Milwaukee Bucks, the reigning defending NBA champions of last year. They took care of the Bucks. Wins over the Orlando Magic. Wins over the Brooklyn Nets. We all know what they are. Wins over the Hornets. The team we just beat. Win over the Grizzlies, another team we've beat. Win over the Dallas Mavericks. Win over the Utah Jazz, who's sitting at 7-2. Number 2 in the West here. A top contender in the West, number 1 seed last year in the West. Another win over the Denver Nuggets last night. And man, I don't know if you guys seen that stuff. All right, peace out, Mr. Beast. Appreciate you once again. That was crazy that Joker, Joker and Markieff Morris, they got into it last night. Joker gave him a nice elbow, knocked him down. That was crazy. So they beat them last night. They come in with 2 losses: a loss against Indiana, which is another contender in the Eastern Conference, and then they lost to the Boston Celtics. So they come into town tomorrow night. Markieff Morris, speaking of Markieff Morris, he's returning back. Lakers champion Markieff Morris. He's coming back. We all know he was a member of the 2020 championship team. He was also with us last year, right? We lost him this year. Lost him to Miami. But he's coming back here tomorrow. He actually won't play. He's suffering whiplash after that hit he took from Joker last night, so he won't be here tomorrow. But he won't play tomorrow. He probably won't even travel tomorrow. But he's returning. Well, if he's not coming back, then I guess he's not returning. But we play his team. That's what I'm trying to say. We play his team. So they come in. Great team. Great team. Their additions, Kyle Lowry, in the offseason, that was their big addition. But Jimmy Butler, he comes in on fire. He's their star, right? Their superstar, their leader. He comes in averaging 25 points per game, 6 rebounds, 5.5 assists. So, that's the baller right there. Jimmy Buckets. Bam Adebayo, We all know what he is, a nice young up and coming star. So see him versus AD tomorrow. That'll be nice to watch. He comes in averaging 18 points and 9 rebounds a game. Tyler Hero, 20 points, 40% from three. That'll be cool. You see him and Melo kind of balance each other out. From the three. They're the I would say they're the two top guys for 6 man of the year right now. Tyler Hero and Carmelo Anthony. And Kyle Lowry, he comes in averaging 10 points, 34% from three. I thought his numbers would have been up a little bit more, but it is what it is. So they come in 7-2, number one team in the Eastern Conference. So things get a little tougher, right? No more of these bottom teams. No more of these one loss, 2 loss teams, which is cool. It's what I want to see. I want to see how we play. Charlotte was a team who's been up and down a little bit this year. They started out hot. I guess they're on the other side of that climax, going down a little bit. But we took care of business. We got the W, albeit in overtime. But tomorrow will be a nice test. Of course, we're without LeBron James. LeBron James is out tomorrow. Trevor Reaves is out. Kendrick Nunn is out. THT is out. AD is listed as probable with that illness and his thumb, but I think he'll play. He's been fighting through everything. I think he'll do the same tomorrow. The home game at Staples against a very talented, very good Miami team. And then Rajon Rondo, he is out. He's listed as a questionable with a hamstring, dealing with a hamstring injury. So that's the report for the Lakers. Of course, we won't be at full strength. But Miami, they have a little injury report as well. Markieff Morris, he's out with whiplash. Again, that tussle he had with Joker last night. Questionable, Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, and PJ Tucker. I think they'll all play. But that's their injury report. They come in tomorrow. So we got a nice one on a Wednesday night. Wednesday night at Staples. That's going to be a good one. Miami Heat, a nice little test. I'm looking forward to that. They come in, again, number one team in the Eastern Conference, sitting at 7-2. And we'll get you all ready for that tomorrow. I just wanted to let you guys know about that. But we will get you all ready for that on tomorrow with our Lakers Chat Live. We'll be live again for the pregame show as well as the postgame show. So make sure you check us out for that. Turn on your notification bell so you can join us for that, for those shows, the pregame and postgame. Tough game tomorrow, a good game tomorrow, and a nice little test. If we can pull that one out, that'd be really, really nice, especially without LeBron James. All right, I appreciate all of you guys for joining us tonight. All you guys who joined us live. If you're watching the replay, if you watch any part of the replay, if you watched all 2 hours and 40 minutes of the replay, then special shout out to you. But any part of the replay that you watch, I appreciate you guys. All the love and support. We appreciate you. We're pushing 800 strong. Again, this is a fairly new channel, so we're very excited. It's not the channel now. We started the channel a couple of years ago. I started the channel a couple of years ago, but it was right around the pandemic, so the channel completely stopped during the pandemic, and I didn't pick it back up, like I should have really until this off season. So last year a little bit, but this off season in particular, I picked it back up. So we're going strong, and since we've been going, y'all been rocking with me. So I appreciate you. The love and support has been absolutely overwhelming. I appreciate you, Lakers Bryce. He definitely appreciates you. I can say that on his behalf because I know, because he tells me every day. He's super excited, and he'll be back with us probably tomorrow night for the post game show. But yeah, so we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for the support. This has been fun. 2 hours and 42 minutes. Well, I've been running my mouth and y'all have been talking with me. So I'm about to get off of here, have me a late dinner. I missed dinner because I came on here at 8 o'clock with you guys, 8 o'clock West Coast time. So we're going to put in a work, and y'all like it. Y'all want us here, so we're going to do it. So I appreciate all of you. You guys have a great night. Have a great day. If you're watching this the next day, whatever the case may be, y'all be blessed. Purple and gold till we die. Purple and gold we ride. I bleed purple. Your hearts beat gold. It's Lakers over everything, baby. Let's go, Lakers. Let's go, Lakers. Let's go, Lakers, baby. Lakers Nation. Y'all be blessed. Until the next one. Peace out. Peace, peace, peace. Let's roll out with another clip of the Lakers highlights, another clip of Carmelo Anthony. We're going to play that, and then we're going to get out of here. All right. Give me 1 second while I get that queued up for you. Let's go.
What's up, Lakers fans?
What up, Laker fam?
Laker fans.
Let's go, Lakers!
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
We ballin'.
But it's purple, heart is gold, baby.
We ballin'. Ain't nobody in the world that can stop
LA, I got us. Who with me? Let's roll.
Oh, yeah, you already know.
You know what they yell when they see me?
Hurling go, hurling go.
Some Diamonds on my way to the
Slammed up.
gonna hate her like who
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Champions of the spot. Watch how they watch us. Meet me at the top.
LA, baby.
Nah, we ain't gon' stop. LA be like, they got fans like, LA be like.
We ballin'. Ain't nobody in the world that can stop us. We ballin'.
It's all purple and gold, baby. It's all purple and gold.
We ballin'. We ballin'. Yes, sir. We ballin', baby. We ballin'. Yes, sir. The Lakers got that W, baby. They got that W. You saw those highlights, that highlight reel. Now let's see some more of Melo, baby. 29 points last night, 37 minutes, 29 points, 9 of 13 from the field, 7 of 10 from 3, 70% from three-point land. 10 attempts, 7 went in, including big ones down the stretch of the fourth. Another big one in overtime. Big shout out to Melo. Take us home, Melo.